You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
All right. Here goes nothing. Here goes friggin' nothing. Welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show, or what's left of it. And if anything goes sideways, just know at least we showed up and tried our damnedest. We got a man down.
And a woman down.
And a woman is down. A piper is down. Remember the old movie, Mike Myers? I think it was called, what the hell was that old Mike Myers movie where he played the Scottish
was
man?
It, So I Married an Axe Murderer?
So I Married an Axe Murderer. Our guy Dana has again apparently caught his death. He's sick as a dog. He couldn't make her in this morning. And normally he runs the old 1977 soundboard we have available to us. Ashley, we're not exactly sure, but Cubby and I thought, let's make a run at this anyway. Josh, you normally have completely different obligations and responsibilities around here. Not that everyone needs to hear our problems, but I thought an explanation was necessary.
In case things go off the rails.
Right. You normally have completely different obligations and responsibilities around here, but here we are together in the little soundboard studio. You know, I got to be honest with you. I've never felt closer to you.
There is more of a bond. It's a little... Ooh, hold on. Kind of the panic.
Go over that way.
Yeah, got to turn the thing this way.
I've never felt closer to you than I do right now as we are cramped into this tiny little studio with just a soundboard between us. And we figured, F it, let's see if we can still pump out some rough imitation of our normal program. How you feeling so far?
Well, obviously, you saw the panic. We'll see how this goes. I don't want any crap. Never ran any of this stuff. Never used this computer system over here.
Never.
So we're figuring out as we go.
We are. We're totally on the fly. And you heard him, okay? 651-989-9393 is our Luther Bloomington Kia text line. He doesn't want any crap over this.
Yeah, I want to make sure you understand. So I can't check our text, but you let me know if
I'm looking at
understand. Get back to us and let us know that you heard me say, I don't want any crap. No crap this morning.
Confirm that to Josh.
I'm going to do my best.
Text me, 651-989-9393. Let me know that you heard his message. He doesn't want any hell over this. If something goes sideways, if something gets squirrely, he's never been on this board before. He's never run this.
Never used this computer system.
He's never used a computer system.
But if I could, so far, we got on the air, which is better than some board ops have gotten us. The intro played, things like that. So far, so good.
I think you're knocking out of the park. I trust you. I do. I trust you. You're a smart guy.
I don't know about that, but I'm getting lucky
you,
so far.
You won writing awards in school. Did you not?
I did, but small class.
You know how to play the guitar and the saxophone.
Yeah, I wish I could play the sax for you right now, but yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? This is kind of, again, this is, maybe nobody cares. This is inside. My mouse and my keyboard for my normal computer, it's controlling my computer in a completely different room. I had no idea that Bluetooth went that far.
Friggin' Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just ask me if you wanted to know the capability of Bluetooth?
Yeah, well, I should have came straight to you.
Okay.
Text us if you also like Bluetooth.
Text also if you enjoy Bluetooth. Okay, Josh. The messages are pouring in on our text line. Everybody heard your message.
Okay.
That you don't want any hell, you don't want any crap if things get weird today. And they're saying it sounds better than normal. Sounds great. They're proud of you, they say.
Oh, thank you very much.
They're proud of you. They're excited for you.
Just wait until the first screw up, though.
I don't think you're going to screw up. So there you go. It's half of the half-assed morning show. So far, we are... just the two of us. We'll see if anyone else shows up. What the hell?
Was that you?
By the way, I'm not trying to make you any more nervous than you might already be, but I smell smoke.
Do you really?
I do.
I got a little bit of a congestion. I don't smell anything.
I smell smoke.
Maybe it's the fear coming off me.
And we've never been, here's a text right here. It says, Josh, your obligations are number one, look out for fires in the soundboard room. We've had that happen. One prior fire cut loose here in the, where are the other two people? The listener says, a listener by the name of Dustin is asking. We already covered that. We can't cover that again. Where are the other two people?
We can't for Dustin. He texts every day.
Ashley, I think she went back to bed. Here's the deal.
And that's not her fault.
No, it's not her fault.
Don't give her crap either.
Dana is sick. What time is it? 5:47? An hour ago, I was in a gas station parking lot, and you were at home. And we assumed...
I'd already turned around and went back.
Yeah, we had assumed, let's just can the operation for today, and we'll play a best of or whatever we do when we're not here. But we changed our minds and decided to come in. So Ashley had the belief that we were not working today, so I think she went back to bed, and that's fine.
Yeah. The boss had texted and said, hey, sorry, guys, for the late notice. I mean, this was like 2-something in the morning.
Right.
And I should have. I didn't even check my text. I was halfway here, and I saw that, and he's like, you got to do a best of today.
Here's an interesting text message. Again, Luther Bloomington Kia text line here, 651-989-9393. Red Butcher Jesus, who I remember meeting on our
he's awesome.
On our fall booze cruise.
Yeah.
Red Butcher, nice guy. He says you're doing quite well, and he thinks that even your mother should get a pass today.
You know what? That's a great idea.
Josh doesn't want any crap if anything goes wrong with the soundboard. And so far, everyone's playing along. And Red Butcher Jesus says maybe even your promiscuous mother should get a break today from any grief.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's looking out for us. Although now I'm having a change of heart. Maybe somebody... Does Reddit ever get negative?
Reddit?
Yeah.
Social media in general?
Yeah.
Does it get negative?
Ever?
I've never seen anything but positive... caring, loving, uplifting,
understanding.
Why do you ask if Reddit ever gets negative?
Maybe I don't want this to go well because I don't want to run the board again.
Oh, I think you should do it again.
I like the other board over there with the sound effects and whatnot.
I know you're not in your comfortable spot, but by God, you're showing a lot of heart so far. You're showing a lot of heart.
So I have access to a different. Basically, this is the. Computer that Dana uses over here.
Yes.
We could look up some foul stuff. I mean, really foul stuff.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, get him a little bit of trouble with corporate.
So if we wanted to search porn sites all morning long on Dana's computer, the heat's going to come back on him.
Yeah. I think we're safe.
Do whatever you got to do over there. We're just here to have some laughs. I could have used a week personal excuse and skipped work for a day or two. I had a built-in excuse to possibly miss today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the end of the week. Hell, Randy Shaver took 3 days off because he had to babysit his grandchildren.
Along with his wife, yes.
And his wife was there the whole time to help him, but he took 3 days off. Weak excuses seem to work around here. I could have used one because of a diagnosis I received yesterday, Josh.
Diagnosis?
A diagnosis. My dentist yesterday diagnosed me with a bruised tooth.
You can bruise a tooth?
I was totally unaware of that.
You?
I have no idea.
Did you mishear them?
They kept a straight face when they delivered the diagnosis. I told you about this yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I came into work yesterday, and a tooth here, not up in the cheap seats here. You see how pretty the upper teeth are that I have here? Not up in the cheap seats. One in the lower rack here was really sore. And I thought, what the hell happened here? It wasn't, debilitating. I know teeth issues can be really bad.
Oh, yeah, that can mess you up.
But it was just enough to bother me. There was I guess your average everyday toothache. I don't think I've ever had it, despite the nightmare that my yapper is. I don't think I'd ever had a toothache in my life. So I was wondering, well, what the hell is this? It got bad enough after we got off the air yesterday that I made like an emergency appointment to my dentist.
I'm shocked you could get in.
They said, right, the gal on the phone was kind of in a panic when I said, hey, can I sneak in and see, Dr. Vinny Boombots, he's also my dentist, not only my regular medical doctor, but also my dentist is Dr. Vinny Boombots. And they said, sure, we'll sneak you in. I thought for sure, because Sunday night, the wife and I went to Chi-Chi's. Everyone's wetting their pants because they've opened a Chi-Chi's here in town, and understandably so. It's delicious. I thought, my God, did I break a tooth or something at Chi-Chi's? Is there a nacho lodged between because I was in a decent amount of pain. I went to the dentist yesterday. They squeezed me in for a quick look-see, and I was diagnosed with a bruised tooth. I knew you could bruise a knee or a bone even.
Even an ego can be bruised.
Feelings can be bruised. I had no idea that anyone could bruise a tooth, and my dentist, who's a wonderful guy, by the way, you should meet him sometime. My dentist told me that I probably clanked a couple of teeth together during dinner or whatever, and I bruised my tooth. And I was attacking that chimichanga with a certain amount of fervor. I was.
That's how I go for it with any meal.
Right. You're a big eater. I'd never heard of that. So right now I am, not only are you sacrificing by running the board and taking on some responsibilities that you've never had to before at this program, but I am right now live cutting through the pain to broadcast despite a bruised tooth.
Somebody once texted in hams. Heroes always making sacrifices.
That's exactly right.
I'm glad you brought up a medical thing. I forgot to tell you this. A couple weeks back, I had a pretty sick weekend, and I thought, oh, great. I got COVID or the flu or something. I'm screwing everything up. And luckily, it was just a bad cold. But they send you those emails later on saying, hey, how was your experience? Would you like to rate your doctor? Mm-hmm. Well, it wasn't my normal doctor. It was just the one that could get me in. My doctor, now different spelling, Dr. Dre.
F me.
I got to see Dr. Dre, and I didn't even realize I was in the presence of greatness.
Your damn doctor, as of a couple days ago,
a couple weeks ago maybe,
is Dr. Damn Dre.
Dre. I love the guy I go to. I might have to switch.
I mean,
he'd have to understand, right? I got to see Dr. Dre.
Oh, he's tired of the jokes at this point.
Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
It's a lady. Maybe
she is tired of, but I still think you should dump a gangster rap reference on her.
I have to.
Even though I'm sure she's completely burned out on it.
Do you think she's so burned out that she's just going to play ignorance?
Could be.
I don't understand the reference.
I might if I were her.
Yeah.
No kidding. You went and saw Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre. So I was trying to think. Now in her
California
review,
love.
Right.
Yeah.
When I review her, do I throw in a bunch of those references? Or are they going to hate my guts? And next time I go in, they're going to insert an air bubble into my veins or something.
I don't think they'd kill you. That would be dramatic.
Okay,
but,
you're right. That's probably makes sense.
Wow, what an opportunity you have here, Dr. Damn Dre. What is
oh there we go. Yeah, just looking at the board, trying to figure something out.
And now all that's entered my mind is one of my favorite lyrics from a Dr. Dre song. I believe at one point or another he teamed up with Tupac, and they were singing about California, were they not? And one of them said, out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreamin'. Remember this part, Josh? And then he said, soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochies screaming. So maybe write that in your review.
I think I'm going to leave that one out.
Of the, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Here's a text message from Outdoor Weed Jesus, who says, it must really smell bad in that studio this morning since it's being shared by two guys who are the
You're very kind.
Heroes.
Always making
sacrifices. That's what HAMS stands for.
I thought it might smell subtly of wings coming off the pores of Dana in here on a usual day. He's really taking that Bills loss hard last night.
We are receiving quite a few messages saying that Dana's punking out because he drank too much and cried his eyes out watching the Buffalo Bills lose last night. Yeah, quite a few people are chalking it up to Dana just straight up punking out this morning. But if he was so sick that he had to call the boss at 2 o'clock in the morning, I wonder what the hell's going on over there.
Yeah, we didn't get a text from anybody other than the boss saying, hey, sorry, last second here, you're going to have to do best of. But we figured we'd just come in here and maybe screw everything up.
Here's a listener who texted in who works at a hospital. okay? Works at a hospital. Tough gig. And this individual who works at a hospital said that he just texted his boss at the hospital and asked if they could just do a best of today. But he hasn't heard back. He hasn't heard anything back.
Yeah, that kind of sucks for you because if you call in sick, they'll be like, well, come on in, man. We'll take a look.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, we're only a couple of days from our big fat-ass casino adventure.
Yeah, or is it just you and me? Is this going to be...
We'll find out. I think when Ashley wakes up from what she thought was going to be a day off today,
she's going to feel terrible.
I think she'll feel a little bit of guilt, but I think she'll be okay for Thursday when we leave for the casino. Now that Dana has checked in deathly ill this morning, I mean, who knows? Who knows? But we're only a couple days away from our big casino adventure, Turtle Lake, Wisconsin. I got a text also this morning that says, any live music over there? Well, yeah. Hadn't you heard yet? Yeah. Yeah, we got live music over there at the party this coming weekend.
Actually, there's been quite a bit of interest for those bands.
Friday Night, Alien Ant Farm, and Puddle of Mud. What are you talking about?
I mean, I've had a lot of people ask me about that. Or just, hey, can I just go to the show? Yeah, if you want.
Well, there you go.
If you want to be rude and not say hi to us. But, yeah, you can go ahead and just go to the show.
We're glad you asked. Yeah, we're glad you asked because we got a chance to pump it again Friday night as part of our border bash at St. Croix Casino, Turtle Lake. Alien and the Ant Farms. Is that how I say it?
No.
Alien,
just plain Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm.
Yeah.
And Puddle of Mud will be performing live. So there you go. By then we'll be so wasted.
Oh God, yeah.
You know how we get.
Oh man, I like to have a waste every once in a while.
I wonder if we'll see anybody pee while sitting in their lucky chair in front of the slot machine, kind of a thing.
Is that a true thing? Where I always thought it was a joke where they say, folks, especially the ones that are playing 2-3 slots at the same time, they wear diapers if they're on a hot machine.
I've heard stories. I can't say for sure, but I've heard stories. And I think I've even seen video. We've seen video of a lady. Do you remember this? This is a couple years ago. And I think it was a casino in Vietnam or something. And a lady, someone was shooting the video from behind, old lady sitting in her chair in front of her favorite slot machine. And in the video, you can see her peeing out of her skirt and running down her leg because she refused to leave this hot machine.
That's impressive. You know what? Everybody should have that much commitment to something.
Didn't you do that, or a friend of yours do that? Oh, no, you did that. You peed on the floor at a club because you didn't want to lose your spot while watching Pearl Jam.
No, that wasn't me.
I thought that was you.
I peed in a chalet by accident at Buck Hill.
Okay.
Is that what you're thinking of?
No, okay, I'm getting my stories mixed up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you wet your pants, you wet your snowsuit at Buck Hill.
But I was just a little kid. This was 8th grade.
Well, yeah, you were just a tiny little...
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do with that
I did get my stories crossed up. My buddy Chops pissed in a trash can.
Was that Megadeth? I thought when you'd said this before, it was Megadeth.
I don't think it was Megadeth.
It wasn't?
Because it was, we were early 90s. God dang it.
I was thinking it was our the beer release party.
Oh, that was...
Did somebody else pee in a garbage can?
Oh, yes. Okay. The Chop story was early 90s. We were at First Avenue. I think maybe we were watching Tesla. And my buddy Chops did not want to have to leave his spot in the crowd, nor did he want to miss any of the show. So he pulled it out and took a leak into a trash can that was sitting directly to his right. I thought we were going to jail. Nobody saw anything. At our Megadeth party, this has got to be, 10 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
When we released one of our beers.
I think our first one, yep.
Brotherhood Beer release party at, was it the Myth?
Correct.
Megadeth performed. That was the most crowded club show I'd ever been to in my life. You had very little chance to get to the bathroom. Very little chance. And yes, at that show, I don't remember who it was, but somebody had to haul it out and push urine into a trash can that night as well. So
thankfully, there's so... Oh, you know what? We got to do our thing real quick. Then we can get back to this.
Okay, sorry. I was taking a big gulp of...
Yeah, I got you at the wrong time.
Here's your first shot of the day at winning $1,000. Here's your first shot of the day at winning $1,000 with $5K a day. First off, the number is 95819. It's not our normal text number. It's 95819. Text the national keyword FAST, F-A-S-T, to 95819, and do it now to enter for a chance to win. We will text a pimp back to confirm you're all in. Controversial data and messaging rates may apply. Please don't text and drive, because that kind of thing could get all of us killed, texting and driving. Good luck with the $5K a day. You were saying?
Yeah, that $1,000 you'd need to pay a lawyer, and that's silly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do that. I totally forgot. What were we talking about again? Peeing, concerts,
casinos, peeing, concerts. How so far you're doing a wonderful job.
Well, I don't know if that came up, but that's very kind of you. Yeah, I'm not. Shoot, I can't remember.
You totally lost where you were going with that?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it happens. And now I have gas.
I hear that.
So aside from urinating in your chair at your favorite slot machine, I did find some other bizarre behavior that potentially we might see this weekend at the casino. I mean, you get all types out there, don't you, Josh?
Yeah, I don't think... Sorry.
My God.
Phlegm.
Yeah.
I don't think that I've seen anything crazy at our... So this is number 4 that we're going to.
No, everyone's behaved quite nicely.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything even weird.
And good.
Yeah.
Good.
Everything's been fun.
We're certainly not encouraging this kind of thing. Just saying that there are some characters that can wander in from time to time.
Oh, I did think of what I was going to say.
Oh, what was that?
Thankfully, alcoholism runs rampant, or at least it used to in the sales department. You were mentioning how busy that Myth show was with Megadeth.
Yeah.
We tried everything to get up to where you guys were. I mean, we thought, well, here's the secret. We'll have the girls say, "Pardon me, excuse me," and people wouldn't move. They didn't care.
We were all the way up to the stage so far, I could have reached up and turned down Dave Mustaine's guitar.
Yeah, you could have.
Yeah.
It was that close. So
we're talking about you and your wife?
Me and my wife and some friends we were with. We had a group of about 8.
Yeah, you were trying to push your way.
Yeah, politely, and that wasn't working, and so we thought, all right, we'll ask the girls, and everyone, of course, is going to let them go. That wasn't working.
Right.
And then one of our sales guys at the time's like, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. He used to like to get real drunk at station events.
I think
real drunk.
Like where you thought he was going to die.
Yeah, were you worried about him?
I know. I know which sales guy you're referencing. Yeah.
And he was a brute. I mean, he parted the waves. I don't know how he did it. If folks just were afraid, and he's a little guy.
Yeah, he wasn't a big guy.
No, not at all.
But he just because he was hammered and he had beer muscles.
Yeah, a combination of beer muscles, and folks didn't want to get puked on by the obvious drunkest guy in the Myth.
So he shoved his way.
He got us through. So thankfully, that guy can't say no to a drink. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to hang out with you guys that night.
That dude was...
And I haven't seen that level of intoxication at the Border Bash. Everyone's been on their behavior.
It's been a well-behaved crowd. That dude you're referencing, you're right. He would drink himself at a Motley Crue show 10, 15 years ago. Their farewell tour. Where's my sarcasm more? I think it was really honestly supposed to be their farewell show 10, 12, 13 years ago. That dude you're referencing that used to work in the sales department, I really thought he was seconds away from death.
I could see why.
10 seconds to death is what I was thinking. That's for all you Motley Crue fans. I really thought. Anyway. Here's a really funny casino story, or at least it struck me funny. A dude lost a hand of cards, and he knew he had to pay up. He swallowed all of his coins. What do you call them?
Chips?
Chips.
Like a little kid?
Yes. When the moment of truth happened and he's supposed to push his chips forward, well, I'm done, right? I lost. He swallowed them all.
You can't have them.
And tried to run out of there. And according to the story, security guards had to pretty much sit on his back and choke him out until he spit him up.
What a baby.
Good Lord. All of that would be, fun for us hell on the casino staff.
Great story for years to come.
Great stories. We don't want any problems.
You risk some digestive issues.
Well, there you go. If you're just tuning in, it's just me and Cubby. It's just us dudes this morning. Dana's very sick. Ashley believed that we were going to take a day off, and she went back to sleep. With what she's involved in these days, we might as well just let her sleep, and we can deal with it later. So it's just the two of us. We appreciate you joining us. If things go sideways, Josh, what'd you say earlier?
I don't want any crap.
No crap.
Never used this system over
never
here.
done any of what he's about to do. Right. We'll be back in a few minutes in the right here on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Start your day with America in the Morning.
I'm John Trout, your host.
From breaking news.
The U.S. Supreme Court with rulings shifting gears. Apple has released a new iPhone. Here's the Wednesday Business Report. It's far from a seller's market.
To politics and entertainment.
Moving into scary movie season, so why not another Conjuring movie? Shifting gears, Powerball jackpot is now the third largest ever in history.
Live long and prosper.
America in the Morning.
Fresh each day.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Yeah, it's just the two of us. Like that old hit single by Grover Washington Jr. from 1980. It's just the two of us this morning, Nick plus Josh here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Dana, sick. Ashley, asleep. She thought she was going to have the day off. Well, she thought all of us were going to have the day off. We did a U-turn on her and decided to let her sleep. Josh is on the board. He's running a machine that he's never run before. He's nailing it so far, and he says if you got a problem with how things sound, you can shove it up your ass.
Well, I more said I don't want any crap today.
You can save it, he says.
I would appreciate some grace is what I said.
Somebody's going to get their ass kicked, he says.
I never said that.
If you come off a little too cute. Just a warning. I think everything's going well. I'm working with a bruised tooth over here.
I don't know how you do it, man.
Got a bruised tooth. Our Luther Bloomington Kia text line is popping off. Here's what one listener has to say about today's program so far with just the two of us. This is Brewers and High Life Jesus. He says, I kind of like the show with just the two of yous. It's like the acoustic version of the Half-Assed Morning Show. It's like we've trimmed down to just an acoustic show.
Two-man acoustical band.
Mm-hmm. All right, we might as well dive into the stupid news report. We might as well just go ahead and... This guy, leading off here, this guy's just a sorry little criminal bitch. That's what I have to say about that. Just a sorry... Probably portrays himself to be a tough guy. But he was done in by his mommy.
That's the best, isn't it?
Which is hilarious. Tough guy, criminal type, done in by his mama. A friggin' bank robber down there in the state with all the alligators. A friggin' bank robber was arrested last week for attempting to rob a bank, but his mommy called police and ratted him out.
You know, it's refreshing, don't you think? Instead of the mom, oh, no, my son, he's precious. You don't understand.
I agree.
He was having a bad week.
Oh, I agree.
He's got bills to pay, like nobody else does.
We've met some parents over the years where they've openly admitted, my child can do absolutely no wrong. It bothers me. It bothers me. This is refreshing. So last week, this sorry little punk, a 33-year-old by the name of Aaron Spencer, he upped and walked into a bank called the Truist Bank. He demanded monies from the teller. He implied that he was carrying a pistol. Dinkus got the monies. And then he ran like a bitch. Down the street he goes, on over to a nearby parking lot. He tossed all the clothes he was wearing to throw off the police. He must have had another layer of clothing underneath his bank robbing outfit. Later that same day, a lady called 911 and said, yeah, my son robbed a bank earlier today. I'm bringing him into the police station. Rizizite nizizau. I'm bringing him in, his mother said. And Dinkus is probably saying, aw, Mom, come on. That's cheap.
It's like you hear stories about parents that'll bring their kid back when they stole some Hubba Bubba in the checkout line or something like that. And they have to explain it to the cashier.
The bank got all their monies back. Dinkus was charged with robbery with a firearm while wearing a mask. That's added in here for one reason or another. And Dinkus, the bank robber, who still can't shake his mother despite being 33 years old, was already out on bond, they say, for a bank robbery he pulled off back in April. So at this point, he's totally screwed himself into the ground with his behavior.
So the story mentions he has a change of clothes.
Right.
What would you wear to rob a bank, out of curiosity? Now, while you're thinking about it, when my brother first started as a police officer and started doing some stings, undercover stuff, we lived together at the time. For whatever reason, he would borrow my clothes. And I never fully understood. I mean, it must have been a mental thing for him, but I thought either that or I look like a criminal on a daily basis.
Well, you certainly never dressed like a criminal.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
I think he maybe... he didn't want to get blood on his own clothes.
Oh, maybe that's it. Or semen, depending on what his particular responsibilities were.
There's almost always semen on the scene.
And he had a couple of those types of things.
Where he had to...
like some of those...
fight his way through semen to get to the evidence?
Yeah, like the prostitution stings and
Sure.
stuff. You know how it is, like they have to sleep with the prostitute just to make sure that they're actually a prostitute?
The police do.
Yeah.
Of course, I've heard of that. Your brother was borrowing your clothes for undercover work. Yeah, I just maybe think he wanted to blend in.
Yeah, it had to have been like a, hey, this is... I don't know.
He wanted to look like an athlete.
Right.
Because
exactly.
you often dress, we've given you trouble for this over the years, you often dress as if you're waiting for someone to pass you a basketball.
Yeah, my oldest son always says, you never know when someone's going to need your jump shot. He thinks that's what I look like, a guy who's just ready to step in and work the paint at any time.
What would I wear if I went to a bank robbery? I'm sorry, if I was committing a bank robbery? I mean, common sense would tell me to dress opposite of what I normally do. So when the word gets out, hey, Dinkus robbed a bank, he was wearing this, this, and this, people would say, well, that's not anything that, Nick would have worn. He doesn't wear skinny jeans. He doesn't wear cowboy boots. He doesn't wear Affliction T-shirts. He doesn't wear, right? You would try to portray yourself to be someone that you're not.
That's the thing. I couldn't wear basketball shorts and a hoodie because that's just my uniform.
Right.
So I'd have to dress something completely different. You're probably dressing all black, like to look cool. Or a suit.
Ooh, fancy.
That's what I'm going to do.
I wore a suit over the weekend. I went to a wedding.
How was it? Are they going to make it?
Oh, yeah.
Because my daughter's...
These folks really seem to like each other.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's what every wedding should be like. Don't you think? I don't mean to be controversial.
I don't see it very often.
No, you don't.
Where a married couple appears to really like each other. But in this case, on day one, they seem to really dig the vibe.
That's great.
And I was wearing a suit. I didn't know what I was doing. Did you see pictures of me wearing my suit?
No, I'm not on social media. Did your wife pick?
Oh, but I thought maybe because you and my wife are...
yeah, she should have sent me
You guys are constantly messaging each other.
She sent me a bunch of pictures of steak yesterday, which I thought was pretty hilarious.
Pictures of...
Steak.
Steak?
Yeah, and so regarding the Freeze Out Cancer event you guys have coming up, and you can... It's a meat raffle, essentially, and you can win an $800 freezer from Warner Stellian. It's a really cool deal, so I bought some tickets. Raffle tickets, and she was sending me some steak pictures.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I want to see this.
I wish I could find
I didn't know you had a suit. Did you have to go get one?
I had to go get fitted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you even went and got fitted.
I'd never done that before.
I just went to Kohl's. So it probably doesn't fit very well, and that's my fault, not theirs. I have to adapt my body to the suit.
Your suit does not fit you very well.
No, it doesn't.
You look like an 11-year-old going to prom.
I know. You can get that kind of fixed up, can't you?
I don't know.
I'm just going to have to grow into my suit.
You have to grow into it.
It's cheaper that way.
No offense, but when I found out that I had to have a suit for this wedding, and the wife made a couple of telephone calls to get me fitted for a suit, one of the first things out of my mouth to the old lady was, I don't want to look like Josh.
Can I say something real quick about that?
Go right ahead.
Offense taken. You have angered me, sir.
Well, come on, but your suit is too big.
I know it is. I know.
It's too big. All right.
I mean, they could fix that up, right? Or I don't know. It's kind of a cheap one, so maybe they can't do that. Well, my daughter's gone. She's of the age now where her friends are getting married, and it's like a wedding every weekend for her lately.
Yeah.
And 2 out of the 3, she's quite sure, are not going to make it.
Oh, no.
As a matter of fact, there was one of them, and hopefully I'm not divulging too much. I'm assuming they don't listen, but one in particular where they thought of having an intervention with one of the 2 just to say, hey, we love you so much. We don't want you to be miserable, and this does not seem like a good idea.
I can pick it out, I think. I think I can pick it out, like your daughter was saying.
What did you think of mine?
On site, your daughter says they're not going to make it.
Oh, they knew. She knows for sure in her mind.
And they're not going to make it. I think I have that skill set as well. What was your question?
What did you think at mine? Well, you said you have that ability.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Everyone there knew that you and your wife were going to die in each other's arms. She's
Murder,
crazy.
suicide?
She's crazy about you.
Yeah,
she's crazy about
the
you.
feeling's obviously mutual.
I don't know so much about that.
I think it's normal. Like, if anybody goes through this, I've been married a long time. If you're getting married and at the last second you're sitting there going, okay, I'm going to walk down the aisle, and you kind of wonder, like, am I doing the right thing? And I thought at the time, like, oh, this might be a bad sign. Turns out it's not. I mean, it's just natural. I mean, especially if you're thinking this is going to be... Okay, I got to say something that just happened off air. There's a picture of a dog that we know. How would you describe?
I don't know this dog.
It's a cardboard cutout of a dog on like a giant popsicle stick.
We're in Dana's studio this morning. If you're just tuning in, Dana is sick. Ashley fell asleep. It's just the 2 of us this morning. We're in Dana's studio, and I just noticed there's a cardboard cutout of a dog in here. And it's placed to where Dana can always have his eyes on this cardboard cutout of a dog.
Yeah, it's cute. His wife got it for him. It's like, hey, if you're ever having a bad day, take a look at the dog.
I met that dog. I didn't like it.
Oh, you did?
I did not like that dog. What were we talking about? Does it matter anymore?
We're talking about weddings.
Yes, I knew for sure when I was at your wedding that you 2 would last forever.
Somebody wants to know if I got drunk at the wedding. No, I don't know if I even drank.
What wedding? Yours?
Yeah, mine.
Oh.
I might have had when they were handing out champagne, maybe. I don't even think I did that.
I didn't get drunk at your wedding.
At the strip club?
I certainly got drunk later that evening when we all filed into Rick's Cabaret.
That's pretty funny. Everyone got up pretty much at the same time. We're off to Rick's.
Mm-hmm.
That was perfect.
Oh, wow. I'll try to find you a picture of me wearing a suit, Josh. You won't believe it. Okay, here's a guy who doesn't understand how things work. We're staying in the same awful area as our first story. The state that starts with an F and ends with a Florida. What did this guy do? Oh, he allegedly stole $7,000 in scratch-off tickets from a convenience store. And then stupid ass came back to try and cash in what he had illegitimately won. That's not how that works.
No, you want to change that up.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to insult the guy. It's got to be somebody that doesn't have a car, right? And doesn't want to take the bus.
He's got a car.
That's pretty silly.
He does have a car. But that's not how that works. You can't steal scratch-off tickets and then come back and try to get the cash. Justin is the guy's name. He's up to 43 years old already. He walked into the effing Circle K convenience store. He grabbed a fistful of scratch-off lottery tickets, and he runs like the wind. He jumped into his bad boy style Hyundai Elantra, and he drove out of there. A half hour later, here he comes. But first he walked into his neighborhood 7-Eleven to try and cash in the winners from the scratch-off tickets that he stole from the Circle K. Is that even possible?
To cash it in somewhere else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never played the game. I've never played the game. So he walks in and says, yeah, I won some money off these scratch-offs. 7-Eleven told him to get effed. I don't know why. Maybe they already knew that they were stolen. I don't know. But 7-Eleven told him to get effed. Then he walks smooth back into the same Circle K where he stole the scratch-offs, hoping they'd cash him in. Those folks also told him to get effed. I guess there must not have been any police there just yet to apprehend the guy. So next he jumps back into his Hyundai, drove back to the 7-Eleven, pulled a mask over his skull, robbed the joint with a handgun. He got all the monies from the cash register. $120.
Whoa, how much?
120 big ones.
You're going to have to clarify that for me.
120 donuts. 120 dollarinis. What movie? The Jerk, Steve Martin, 1980.
So good.
Cops caught him after all this mess. I know, it's exhausting. Cops caught him when he was arrested is how you say it. Justin is his name. He told the police that he, quote, needed money.
We all do.
Yeah.
But you might get a second job or something. Yeah, when you go back, is it just bonjour, mi amigo?
Oh, sure. You change your... Yes.
Don't know, definitely not the last guy that stole. What a jerk, right? Whoever stole those.
Right.
Just going to cash these in.
Oh, God. Big surprise ending. This Justin guy has what they call here a significant criminal history. Significant. But come on, you gotta be able to do better than that.
Yeah, he's obviously very bad at crime.
He sucks at crime.
He's terrible at it.
I'm not entirely sure where to go with this one. You already know what I'm talking about, I think. So are you smiling at me, or are you smiling at text messages?
No, at this, just the whole thing that's about to happen.
Explaining this in the first place, this is going to be a challenge. Not sure where to go with this. Josh is already enjoying himself. Where is this? India? I think it's India. Anyways, there's a guy over there. Let's call him India Donnie. India Donnie. He's not getting much for sleep these days. He's afraid, he says. Too afraid to sleep. India Donnie has told the local police all about this, all about his problems. And they haven't done Dick Tracy to help him. So he's taken it, as they say, Josh, to a what?
Higher level?
A higher level. He's gone to see the local government.
Hello, local government.
Right. And he's told them his story. So anyways, here we go. See if you can follow this. India Donnie says his wife is mentally unstable. Okay, fair enough. I'm sure a few of you dudes just nodded your head and said, yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, somebody under their breath went, word.
Yeah. Says his wife is mentally But here's where we're going next. India Donnie says his wife slithers around the house at night pretending to be a snake. Okay? And she hisses at him, and it straight up scares India Donnie, and he doesn't know what to do. He needs help.
I know what he should do. Lay off the ayahuasca. Stop taking ayahuasca before bed.
He can't sleep at night, and he thinks maybe his wife is a snake. Now, the local government officials, unlike the police, the local government officials, whoever they are, they did take the time to listen to India Donnie's scary story about his snake wife. And they took him seriously, which is shocking and ridiculous that they took this seriously. But the government officials ordered the local cops to go on over to India Donnie's house and check this out. Find out if Donnie's wife is a damn snake, they said, and if and she is, by God, do something about it.
If your wife were to turn into an animal at night, what would be the most likely animal she'd turn into in your mind?
Wow, what a question. Well,
Cougar? Is that okay for a guy to say to another guy?
Oh, that's okay, Cubby. You can call my wife a cougar all you want.
Super fox, maybe?
She's part cougar. She's part super fox. She likes to stay up late, so maybe she's part owl.
Oh, yeah, night owl.
Night owl. But also, she's kind of like a cuddly house dog.
Yeah, she's like the best at everything.
Because what does your cuddly house dog do at night? It finds its favorite spot and it rests. And my wife, part of the reason why we get along so well, she and I, we both appreciate the value of sitting and doing absolutely nothing.
It's nice when you find the one like that.
So she's part cougar, part super fox, part owl, and part golden retriever.
She's quite the catch.
This snake wife, Josh, India Donnie, and his snake wife, this matter is under investigation, they say.
Thank goodness.
And I'm telling you right now, I sure hope we get an update on this one. But just the other day, I was talking about there are certain stories, there are certain beliefs that when you learn about them, you can't believe it's 20 and 25. And here we are, talking about a guy who honestly reported to his government officials that he believes his wife is a snake and they're taking him seriously.
I kind of hope he's right. Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, do they have kids? Is his wife going to swallow one of the kids whole and climb a tree, slither up a tree? Or what?
Who the hell's shedding in here? What's with this clear, scaly tube?
India Donnie's a mess. Did you see a picture of him?
Yeah,
he looks terrible.
That's how I'd look, I think.
He hasn't gotten a night's sleep.
I'd look the same way.
His wife, for Pete's sake, she's a snake, the love of his life. He can't get a break. He can't get a decent night's sleep. All right. The friggin' English. You want to talk about a pain in the ass, those people. But I have to admit, Josh, the English are a lot less frustrating to me when they look like this gal. I'll give her a lot more leeway than most English folks.
There's a few of them out there.
A really hot 35-year-old red-haired English gal with a huge round rack stuffed in a tank top. She says that hundreds and hundreds of ladybugs have invaded her house and they urinate all over her, in her hair and everything.
I've never had a bug pee on me.
I didn't know bugs peed.
I guess I didn't either.
Oh, by the way.
We get a lot of those. Well, I guess it would be an Asian beetle, right? That and box elder bugs. If you need any, I can bring you in some.
Stink bugs invade our home almost every year, and
we get a couple of those.
They get in my mouth.
Do they really?
One of them got in my mouth.
Is it from your hand picking them up and then placing it there?
Good guess, but no. I've told you this story before. We had an exterminator out, and he's taken pretty good care of these stink bugs. Really. It's been wonderful, the job that this individual did to keep the stink bugs off of our house. But a couple years ago, before we had this, what's the word I called them a minute ago?
Exterminator?
Before they had the exterminator swung by. There's stink bugs on every wall, on the ceilings. Didn't really bother me, but my golden retriever-like wife was very bothered by the stink bug. She hates bugs even more than you do.
Oh, I don't know about that. Can she kill one?
No, she can't come anywhere near them.
Do you ever hold one near her and she runs away?
I wouldn't dare even do such a thing. I'd fear she'd have a heart attack.
Do you look annoyed when she tells you to go get a bug? Because my wife does.
Yeah, I get annoyed.
Yeah.
I do a little bit, just because, for Christ's sake, I mean, so what? It's a tiny little bug. But anyway, she hates bugs.
No, I'd rather come face to face with a wife snake. Wife Snake.
Wife Snake.
We got to start a band called Wife Snake.
It's an all-girl White Snake cover band.
Yeah, maybe we can manage this band.
They're all in their 40s.
Dana, write that. Oh, Dana's not here.
No, Ashley, quick, write. Oh, no, Ashley's not here.
She's gone as well.
Either. Josh, by the way, back to India Donnie and his half-snake wife. A listener did text in and say, chicks are shady. They do stuff.
You know what?
You like that?
We needed that today.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I think we all needed. What were we talking about? Bugs. The stink bugs are all over the house. They don't bother me. They bother the wife. And one night we were eating dinner, and a stink bug began to fly across the room. My wife.
They can fly?
Yeah, they can.
I've only seen them crawl.
Brief spurts.
Oh,
they
that
can,
makes sense.
And my wife said, "Ah!" And I said to myself, "So what? A stink? They're all over the house. So what if one is flying?"
Well, they look like rhinoceroses.
They do. In that moment, Josh, that stink bug got caught up in our spinning ceiling fan. And it catapulted the stink bug into my mouth while I was trying to eat dinner.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sorry that happened to you, but better you than her, I guess.
Absolutely. She would have vomited and probably vowed to never eat dinner again.
Would she move? I mean, we had mice, and my wife, who, by the way, turns into an updog at night, she had threatened to move out with the mice.
Your wife turns into an
updog. Yeah.
Dog at night?
Yeah, correct.
What's up dog?
Not much, dog. What's up with you?
So luckily I didn't bite into the stink bug when it ended up in my yapper. I just kind of and spit it out onto my plate, and when it flew away.
That's nasty. I saw my grandma. I mean, back to these bugs peeing on this lady.
We know you saw your grandma.
Nah, different grandma.
Oh.
Different grandma. Lay off. I'm running the board today. I've never done it.
Right.
She got pooped on twice at a picnic, which she
By
told us
a
bird.
A bird.
Yeah, to be specific.
Yeah,
that's my fault.
Like a drunk relative.
I just assumed that would be obvious, but apparently not.
Out of control uncle fresh out of prison or something.
Which, in that side of the family, would be understandable.
A bird pooped on your grandmother twice at the same picnic.
2 times.
You must have been having the time of your life.
Oh, it was hilarious, and I was a perfect age for it. I mean, maybe 5th or 6th grade.
Where did it get her?
Right on the top of the head.
Top of her dome.
And she had said, she had a wonderful attitude about everything. I never even saw her mad, as opposed to her husband, who was an anger ball, a.k.a. my grandpa. She said, it's good luck.
Oh.
Yeah.
She believed
and
that.
And she didn't even, wash it out until after the picnic.
So anyway, back to this really hot 35-year-old red-haired English gal with huge round cans stuffed in a tank top. She says hundreds and hundreds of ladybugs have invaded her house and they're urinating in her hair. Her name is Lois, and this story is pointless and really stupid. I mean, okay, we all have bugs get in the house once in a while. I have no idea why this was used as material for any website anywhere. Maybe because she's just so attractive.
Oh, yeah, that's why. If she looked like any normal person like the rest of us, it wouldn't make a news story.
This story is just dumb. But I do like Lois quite a bit. I do. God dang, it's hotter than hell in here.
It is really hot. Well, I turned the heat up when you thought it was cold.
I gotta take off
We're going through menopause, I think.
Oh, God, it's
hard to regulate your temperature.
Do birds in your neighborhood, Josh, ever turn the hood and the windshield of your motor vehicle into their own personal toilet bowl?
No, I park inside, but when I lived in an apartment where I didn't, and you'd have to be very careful where you park for that reason. I mean, sometimes, the color of your car changes by how many turds get on there.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I don't have a lot of trouble with, but I also park indoors. A new report looked into which birds, that's not accurate. This new report looked into which vehicles birds poop on the most. And apparently it isn't totally random. It says here, though, if you park under trees or power lines or street lights, you're kind of asking for it. According to the story, birds tend to hit brown vehicles the most, followed by red and black.
It's kind of crazy somebody paid attention.
I know. White and silver vehicles rank the lowest. They almost never get pooped on. But if you're driving a brown vehicle, red, black, you're in big trouble. Birds, they say, experts say birds detect ultraviolet light and they have enhanced color vision compared to humans. Most of us have no idea what any of that means. The bottom line is they say darker colors might stand out more to birds. Darker colors are more attractive for them to spray liquefied turds upon.
I thought they just kind of went for it wherever. I didn't realize they're like some people where they pick out their favorite place to go.
I didn't know. Shiny surfaces can act like mirrors to the birds, and it reflects their own image. And during mating season, they think their own image is a territorial bird, and they want to fight and poop on that bird. They'll poop on their rivals, Josh.
Oh, one of my dogs peed directly on the other dog yesterday, and I just didn't get it. And the other dog didn't seem to care.
They don't care.
No, it didn't bother him at all. I tried to move him, but he's so big I couldn't change the aim. He just ended up going on a different leg a little bit.
As for the car brands that get pooped on the most, are you ready for this? Ram.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like my wife's dating history, my car's all black. And I have a Ram.
Oh, my God.
I'm a Ram man now.
Yeah.
I used to be afraid to say what kind of pickup truck I drive, but not anymore. I'm in love. I'm a Ram man. And so, yeah, my car is a huge target. I had
It's
no
the
idea.
number one target for bird turds, followed by, I don't know, Chevrolet, who cares, Jeep. You got...
I've got some bird turd on my car right now. It's been on there for a while.
You're driving the most targeted. It says here we spend around $500 annually here in America on car washes and repairs related to bird crap directly. Wow. I'd feel...
Repairs?
I'd be kind of pissed off if I had to pay for a repair because a bird had too much to eat that afternoon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What's in those birds' diet?
I
Those birds, they're drinking turpentine again.
Yeah, they eat a lot of bugs. And
Holland Your Wood Jesus took a look at the lady from the previous story who gets peed on by ladybugs, and he says, wah, wah, wee, wah.
yeah.
I, too, would pee on her.
If she asked, hey, dishwasher dude Jesus says this to you, Josh. A real man would drive a Sierra, bud.
Well, you know, a real man can't afford a Sierra.
Can't afford a Sierra.
You are elitist, sir.
You're welcome to help us with a down payment on a Sierra, tough guy. Huh?
I'm not in your tax bracket, buddy.
You're everybody and we're nobody. We get it.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Don't say anything.
Yeah, I don't want any crap.
Don't say anything. Josh is running the board and running a computer that he's never touched before. No Dana today. He's sick. No Ashley. And Josh made a rule when we started the program. No ball busting. He doesn't want any crap sent his way.
Yeah, the amount of crap I'd like today, zero. Zero crap. Very nervous about this.
What the hell happened last night if you want some sports information? Jesus balls, everything was happening at once last night. It was a little overwhelming because I like to watch sports on television. It was a little overwhelming. How the hell did my Washington Commodores lose to the Chicago Bears?
I don't know. They kind of got in their own way. The Bears, I guess, are pretty good at getting turnovers.
They are who they thought we... Buffalo lost to Atlanta. That's all very interesting. Dana's not here to whine about it.
Yeah, kind of suspicious, some folks are saying.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying the same damn thing. So, my damn, the Seattle Mariners up 2-0. 2-0 in their best-of-7 American League Championship Series against the Toronto... What do they call their ball club again? The Blue Jays. Seattle, 10-3. They win last night. Going home now. It's looking like this club... This is the last club in the big leagues who has never appeared in a World Series. If I'm not mistaken, this is the only big league team that has never... Well, maybe there's a fine line in here. They've never hosted... I know for sure they've never played in a World Series game. But it says here the only big league team to never host a World Series game. I don't know. We'll get to the bottom of it by the end of the show. But they're playing well. The Brewers had their chance. They blew it. Oh, by the way, back to the Toronto series. Toronto and Seattle. So there was a Toronto Blue Jays fan in the stands at Game 1 who wanted to poke fun, no pun intended, at Mariners dong hitter Cal Raleigh, otherwise known as the Big Dumper.
I didn't understand this. Did you?
I was going to ask you. So the big dumper, he's the big home run hitter for Seattle. They're playing in Toronto. A Blue Jays fan is in the stands, game one, and he wore a T-shirt with an oversized butt plug on it with Cal Raleigh's jersey number 29. So is the joke, I was hoping to ask you, the joke was, dude has a giant ass, here's a giant butt plug to match?
Yeah, or is he calling him a giant butt plug? I'm glad you didn't get it either, because I felt kind of stupid. Like I'm missing. People are writing about it.
I don't know.
Nobody really explained it, so I thought I'm missing a completely obvious joke.
I don't get it. Pretty weak. If we have to sit here and ask each other
Good point.
what it meant, you wore the wrong T-shirt. And the friggin' Pigs won last night, although they made it interesting.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled to Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast, American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-Ass Morning Show, 93X.
Anytime a dirty cop falls into the mud, it splashes on all of us.
Even those who are sworn to enforce the law can sometimes find themselves answering to it. In eastern Arizona, police officers facing charges after shoplifting while still in uniform.
What the hell?
I know.
You got to be drunk or high on drugs or something to be shoplifting while wearing your police uniform?
Or just thinking like, nobody's ever going to suspect me.
I suppose.
I'm in my police uniform.
What did that voice say? A dirty cop muddies up everyone.
And then it gets on all of us.
That hit me right between the eyes. That cute statement there.
Kind of gross in a way.
Well,
really.
A little bit. Yeah, it gets on all of us.
Creative though.
Yeah.
Investigators say that just after 4 p.m. October 6th, 37-year-old officer Melissa Ward showed up at a Walmart with a black tote bag and began a 5-finger discount spree. She reportedly filled that bag with about $70 worth of goods. But when she arrived at the self-checkout, the long arm of the law didn't reach into that bag, and she never rang up the concealed merchandise. Unfortunately for Ward, Walmart's loss prevention team had been watching the entire time, following her through the aisles and observing her stash the items, which police say totaled, again, about $70. We hold our officers to the highest standards of conduct, both on and off duty, the department said. The behavior is a serious matter and does not reflect the values of this department. Police confirm she was on duty during that incident and has since been placed on administrative leave.
Jeez, what a maroon. No way you're going to get away with that.
Yeah, that's awful dumb.
What's the matter with you?
That is awful dumb. Lake City, Florida. Population, modest. Drama, maximal. A 30-year-old Florida man was arrested after harassing an employee at a big box retailer while completely naked.
Chasing people completely naked in a parking lot earlier this morning.
I'm just going to run.
If you see a naked dude,
I'm not negotiating with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm going to run, and it's going to be somebody else's problem.
I'm hiding behind an end cap or something.
God dang. So you walked in the joint ass naked and just started hollering.
Yeah. I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
Look at my wiener.
Yeah, that's the part that would make me run.
It unfolded in the early hours of Wednesday morning at a Walmart in Lake City, about 60 miles west of Jacksonville.
His nuts, too. I don't want anywhere near that.
It's dangerous to run like that. You need some support. Police were called about 2:45 a.m. after reports of a suspicious person behaving erratically in the parking lot. Officers arrived to find witnesses describing the man as completely nude, which, credit where due, is indeed suspicious, even by Walmart at 3 a.m. standards. Witnesses said the streaking suspect had been chasing employees in the parking lot before sprinting to the nearby woods, where authorities eventually discovered him crawling on all fours among the foliage like a wild animal. He appeared visibly agitated and paranoid, like a wild animal. They tried speaking with him, but he remained mostly nonverbal and incoherent, like a Like a wild animal.
An animal.
He was transported to a hospital where medical staff attempted to gather basic details, such as his name, birth date, or preferred brand of trousers. After some deliberation, though, the man identified himself as Raheem, which was not his name. They later confirmed his actual name is Rakeem Johnson.
Okay.
Johnson's expected to be arraigned later this morning, presumably while fully clothed.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's troubling.
Deputies in Ohio are chewing over a bizarre burglary involving a 5-finger discount and a 32-teeth assault. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office said on Thursday an enterprising shopper at a Dollar General decided to skip the dollar and lean in hard to the general, as in general theft of multiple items. But the sticky-fingered suspect wasn't content with just stealing stuff. She also took a bite out of employee morale. When a staff member tried to stop her by holding the door shut, the suspect latched on like a rabid raccoon, chewing the employee's arm.
Oh, God.
Having satisfied both her appetite for merchandise and human flesh, she was last seen running toward a nearby intersection. And it turns out this kind of crime is about as rare as an Eagles fan who's never spent time in prison. Another woman with an apparent oral fixation is making headlines, this time in Franklin County, Pennsylvania.
Let's hope this one plays out a little more, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly
a girl with a woman with an oral
fixation.
Is this going to go in a direction that...
No, not
okay.
a good one.
No, I didn't think so.
No. She tried to bite a state trooper.
Oh, yeah?
According to officials, 42-year-old Christina Chapman was found trespassing at a local mall shortly before 5 p.m. Wednesday. When officers approached, she opted to remain silent and stubborn. She refused to identify herself or even step out of her car. Troopers eventually moved in to make the arrest, but not without a struggle or an absence of dental drama. Police claimed that Chapman resisted, and things took a turn for the toothy. She attempted to bite one of the officers before being taken into custody.
Man, there is a lot of animalistic behavior going on.
Yeah.
I could never
Street
bite anyone.
drugs.
I could never bite anyone and get away with it because I think
Distinctive teeth?
I would leave such a distinct mark.
Yeah.
Everyone would know it was me because of the state of my chiclets.
You know what you got to do? Move on to one of those snake bites. You know, you just grab onto the arm and twist back and forth.
I always
those
hated
hurt.
those. I always hated snake bites.
Oh, they sting.
Yeah, they hurt a little bit.
Miami shoppers came for milk and markdowns, but got front row seats to a shirtless shelf foo showdown.
Shelf foo?
Shelf foo. He used a shelf in his attack.
Oh, boy.
A late-night argument became really bad between two groups.
I thought it was horrible. It was a disgrace, and it was just an outrage.
Well said. The trouble began near the entrance, where two loudmouth delegations started chirping back and forth. Then two women started to fight. They crashed into a display of greeting cards, knocking one of the shelves loose as they fell. At that point, a half-naked man picked up the large rectangular shelf and hit the two women. He appeared to walk toward another fight. Then he turned back and returned to the pair, smashing the shelf on 2 more times before dropping it.
They showing out in public, someone sit still.
A larger group on the other side of the register surrounded 2 more people wrestling on the floor. Dozens of items were thrown across the ground, including greeting cards, headphones, a loaf of bread, paper, sandals, and a woman's wig. Curious shoppers stood off to the side watching, while others casually walked past the assault. "Oh, man, you're going to jail," someone behind the camera said. The brawl eventually spilled into the parking lot before officers broke it up.
Oh, that sounds like a keeper right there. Why was the one dude half naked?
I don't know. You know how sometimes you see fights and somebody decides, I'm just going to disrobe a little bit?
That was going to be my question.
That's my guess, too.
I've certainly seen a couple of brawls where dudes prefer to remove their shirt first. An obvious guess is they want to show off their physique. The other, I guess, is they don't want to get their beautiful T-shirt torn to pieces.
Yeah, or they don't want the hockey fight thing going on.
Oh, right. Get it pulled over there. The hockey fight thing.
Some thieves crack safes. Others crack open chlorine tablets. A Michigan man may be spending the next few decades in prison after unleashing a gaseous cloud inside a grocery store, like Grandpa after a church chili cook-off.
Oh, Jesus, criminy.
I've seen it. Police say 39-year-old Alexei Johnson set off a chemical dispensing device to divert employees while he shoplifted.
Oh.
Shortly after, someone reported an unknown noxious gas, and first responders arrived to find a chemical cloud lingering in the middle of the store.
4 people had to be hospitalized because of the noxious gas, which police said smelled like chlorine.
Officers later described it as a small gaseous cloud, and it didn't take long for them to track down the source. A plastic bottle tucked away in the home goods aisle, slowly releasing swimming pool cleaning chemicals into the air. While everyone was focused on the fumes, the Walmart Walter White slipped away with nearly $2,000 in merchandise.
There he goes.
By the time the chemical crop dusting was over and the device was removed, 4 people had to be treated for chemical exposure.
Oh, no. I was hoping he would be able to create this noxious gas all on his own, but this was something he created in his grandmother's basement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he took some of Grandma's pool supplies. While he was grounded, she took away his Fortnite privileges.
Oh, man. Brilliant on his part. Brilliant.
An airport worker unintentionally landed the starring role of his life in a short film titled, Dude, That's Not How You Refuel a Plane. And man, did things go bad. The video, posted to Instagram Saturday, opens with the worker standing next to an American Eagle jet parked at a gate in Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. He's refueling the plane and loses grip on the nozzle, causing the large hose to whip around on the ground, spewing jet fuel everywhere, giving the worker America's least sexy facial. Following his massive hose mismanagement, the worker made a quick getaway while wiping fuel off his face, before shame jogging back to wrangle the rogue hose and shut down the flow. A spokesperson for American Airlines said, "We're looking into the incident with DFW Airport and the airport's fueling contractor." Airport officials added the spill containment system stopped the spread, and the mess was cleaned up.
Well, he's looking to steal the plane?
No, he just lost it. He's trying to fuel it up.
Fuel the plane.
Or maybe he was removing it or putting it on, and things just went wild.
I remember how that turned bad in the Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, that can be real dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
That grossed me out as a kid.
Oh, the propeller.
The propeller, yeah.
Killing the big...
Did you know he was the actor who played that dude?
The big German who was fist-fighting Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I heard he was in one of the other movies later on.
Oh.
You know, he's just like kind of a bit role player. I don't know if that was true or not, but I did hear that before.
It was a fun scene.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Unless you're a little kid. Then it's very, very disgusting.
Sure.
Nothing says, I'm over you, quite like launching yourself onto the hood of your ex's new boyfriend's car at 1:48 in the morning. Which is exactly how 20-year-old Christian Fonseca chose to express his emotional stability last Friday. According to police, he arrived at a former Flames home and began attacking the car parked out front. The girlfriend wisely watched from indoors, but the new suitor stepped out to see why the man was pummeling his pickup. Police say things turned physical almost immediately. He tried to push his way through the front door in an attempt to reach his ex-girlfriend, and that's when the scuffle began between the two men. He pulled a knife and stabbed the new, better boyfriend, but thankfully he wasn't seriously injured by the weak penetration. Officers arrived soon after, alerted by a call from the ex, and eventually found the man several hours later down the street.
Oh, man. That is...
You mean nothing to me.
Jumped on the hood of the car.
Yep.
I love that bitch. Remember that old high school story I told you?
Yep.
We had a keg party, and one of my buddy's girlfriends dumped him at the party. And he was crushed by this. He was just devastated. We were all surprised at how poorly he took this breakup. And I think
meaning out of character, or just in general that anybody would be
out of character for this guy. Out of character. And I think partially it had to do with the embarrassment of being dumped at this party in front of everybody. And the dude went down into the basement of this house with his keg glass full of beer, drinking alone. He was so bummed out. And then he took to screaming over and over again, I love that bitch. It's something that my high school friends and I, we still trade that line back and forth because it was such a significant moment. He screamed it over and over and over again.
I'd imagine that won her back?
No.
Oh.
This was a 17-year-old kid. I know we're not fully developed at that point. But still, we couldn't help but look around the room as if to ask each other, is this really happening? It got so heated that a massive fight started because some guys wanted to defend the I love that bitch guy. Leave him alone. Let him be. He'll be all right.
This is his process.
Others were wanting him to shut up. So it became a big fist fight. I love that bitch. Over and over again.
What's worse? So I'm lucky enough I've never been dumped, and this is not a flex. I just haven't been dumped.
Why are you flexing?
I'm not flexing.
Okay, go ahead. You've never been dumped.
I've never been dumped.
Wow, what a big shot.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Go right ahead.
God, all of us awesome guys got to deal with all this criticism.
Right, it's true.
But no, it's more like we both realized this is really not for me.
Right.
That kind of seems more pathetic now that I think about it, doesn't it, or no?
That you both mutually agree?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds silly maybe to say, but were we both, because it probably had been going on for a while, right?
You're saying someone should have just upped and dumped the other as opposed to this mutual agreement.
Where we just kind of go, I don't know about this anymore.
I've been in that situation too, where we both kind of decided, hey, look, this isn't working.
More so than one person dumping the other?
Yes, I've had that experience. The mutual parting of the ways, I've had that experience more so than a dumping one way or the other. I don't know. I'm content with either, I guess. I'm content with either.
Yeah. You know, because I've seen it before where somebody's like, God, I can't do this anymore. I just really got to break up with this person, and then they get dumped, and then they're devastated because it wasn't their call.
Yes.
So I wonder if if I'd feel that way, even though I wanted out of that thing so bad.
I had one breakup where I was the one who did the breaking, and the reaction I got from the gal led me to believe that she was really only upset because she wasn't the one who did the dumping. And she got over it, but I think her initial anger was that she wasn't the one who pulled the plug. It's an ego thing.
So is this the one where I made a terribly insensitive comment and didn't even realize it?
No.
Okay, different one.
That was a different one.
So, and I know we've told this story, but if you're a new listener, this was a few years ago. Well, first, Dana and Ashley aren't here today. We had Dana woke up very sick, and so nobody else knows how to run the board. So my boss, except for the boss, he's out of town, and he's like, hey, sorry, guys, for the late notice. You're going to have to do a best of. So Ashley went back to bed because we were told we're not doing a show, and Nick and I decided just to come in and hopefully not screw this up too bad. So that's why I had zero crap today on the board. I've never used this system or this
Don't
board.
give the guy crap.
Zero crap.
It's a first-timer over here. But I think we've got a decent thing going so far.
So
anyway.
So good. So Dana he came up with this term, taking her to Chili's.
Yes.
Right? That's breaking up because he brought a girl to Chili's to dump her.
Yeah. Being taken to Chili's is being broken up with.
Yeah, that's you're saying.
Taking someone to Chili's is breaking up with someone.
Yeah, if I said I'm going to take her to Chili's tonight, that was the code.
Right.
I forgot that code, and Nick said, hey, I took so-and-so to Chili's last night. And I was so enthusiastic. I'm like, oh, my, I haven't been there in so long, and we got one by me. That's awesome.
Right.
That's fantastic. And everyone, especially Ashley, looked at me like I was the worst person. Ashley looked like she was going to kill me.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. I'm looking around like, why? What did I say?
And I had to say, no, Josh, I took her to Chili's, and that's when it dawned on me.
And my stomach made this noise.
You were all right.
Just sank. That was terrible.
Easy mistake to make around here.
Easy mistake. 2 teenagers were accused of hacking into a chain of preschools and posting images of students online, then calling parents and demanding ransom money.
Oh, Christ.
A group of hackers calling themselves Radiant hacked into systems owned by international preschool and nursery chain Kiddo, and they stole data and pictures of over 8,000 students. The hackers published the information of 10 kids on the dark web September 25th, posted another 10 on September 26th. The group also published personal identifying information for dozens of Kiddo employees.
These are grade school kids?
Yeah, little kids, some of them like toddlers even. Afterward, the hackers contacted Kiddo and demanded over $800,000 in Bitcoin to delete the stolen data and take down the published profiles.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
And as I mentioned, they contact parents and families of students to try and urge Kiddo to help them pay the ransom. But here's where the plot takes an unexpected twist. On October 1st, it was reported that not only had Kiddo not paid the ransom, but the public backlash against the hackers was so strong the suspect had a change of heart, or suspects, I should say, first blurring the children's photos online, then removing the published data from the internet entirely. All child data is now being deleted, the hackers said. No more remains, and this can comfort parents. We are very sorry for hurting kids. police.
This is the hacker speaking.
These are the hackers. Yeah, it was two 17-year-old kids that did this.
What the hell's the matter with you?
And they're looking for $800,000 and realize, this backfired spectacularly.
We got to stuff these kids into juvie.
Yeah, figure something out there.
Give me a
I'm glad they had a change of heart.
Yeah, but I'm so tired of these effing scumbag, internet troll, bastard, hacker type people. It's just no more playing around. I don't care if they're 17. Stuff them under the prison. F it. It's time
I hear you.
I mean, I've had enough.
Yeah, as have I. Two self-proclaimed psychics, quote-unquote, in Pennsylvania.
Oh, here we go.
Clearly didn't see this coming. They've been charged after swindling more than $600,000 from clients who thought they were paying to remove curses. I mean, I feel so bad for these people that they're in such a way that they really believe this, and they're having some mental health struggles there. But
Jesus,
that just seems like something most people wouldn't fall for.
I can't believe it.
Must be bad.
I can't believe it.
Last Wednesday, officials alerted 52-year-old Gina Marks and 40-year-old Steve Nicholas, the operators of spiritual scam business Jenkinstown Psychic Visions, that they were in some trouble. The case began on Christmas Eve when a woman contacted police after being told by Marks and Nicholas that an ancient, extremely powerful curse was blocking her path to love and happiness. The duo warned if she didn't cooperate, the curse would obliterate her marriage, her family, and her livelihood. But thankfully, they had a solution.
Yes, they do.
All she had to do was fork over hundreds of thousands of dollars, luxury goods and concert tickets, gift cards, clothing, and various personal belongings for, quote, cleansing.
Concert tickets.
Concert tickets, yeah. They promised to return everything after the spiritual douching was complete. Shockingly, nothing was ever returned. Police say the pair made off with nearly $596,000 from one victim alone. Investigators soon found a second woman who had also sought guidance from Jenkinstown Psychic Visions. In her case, Marks escalated from spiritual advice to demanding personal photos and increasingly explicit images, all under the sacred tradition of ritual requirements. They also insisted on additional cash and designer purses, threatening doom if the victim failed to comply.
What was I just saying about under the prison?
Total damage in that one, another $18,000. Despite fortune-telling being illegal in parts of the country, experts say scams like this keep thriving, mostly because cases aren't taken seriously and victims are often too embarrassed to admit they were spiritually scammed.
Oh, God.
$600,000.
I do feel some sympathy for those people. I do. Because obviously there's some wiring that's off there.
Right.
Where you would agree to such a thing. I just, it pisses me off.
If you like shows featuring the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, tonight's Your Night, Brah, on CBS. First, the 23rd season premiere of NCIS, followed by the second season premiere of NCIS Origins, and the season 3 premiere of NCIS Sydney.
KARE 11's Randy Shaver
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Very excited to get him back officially practicing. I don't necessarily want to put a percentage on where I think he's at health-wise, and I think this week will be massive for our whole team. But just to see JJ back out there getting reps.
It's just we're a little early. Is Randy Shaver there? Hello, Randy.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Randy. You there?
Sure.
There he is. Okay.
Hi, Randy.
Hello.
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 Sorry about that.
We got a hell of an operation going here this morning, Randy.
It sounds like it.
It's just Cubby and I.
What?
Just Cubby and I.
Oh my gosh! You mean Cubby's doing all the work and you're there telling Cubby what to do?
Jesus, that's every day. But it's a little different today. Dana is sick.
Oh, no.
We got a call about 2 o'clock in the morning saying that Dana wouldn't be available today.
Okay.
So we kind of jaw-jacked a little bit and thought, well, I don't know, maybe we should take the day off. And then Ashley called and she said, what's going on? And we said, just go back to bed. We think we're going to take the day off. And then Josh and I realized we were better than that. We realized we were better than that, and our listeners deserved better. I was in my vehicle in a Holiday gas station parking lot. Josh had already gone back home. And then I said, well, what the hell? Let's just give it a shot. Let's try to just do half of the regular Half-Assed Morning Show cast and see if we can let her buck and come up with some version of what you'd normally hear on this program.
Sure.
So Josh, for the very first time, is running our 1976 soundboard. For the very first time, he's running our 1987 computer that plays all the commercials and the songs and the microphones and the this and that.
Wow.
So it's just the two of us. Josh has made...
I've made one request.
One rule.
My request is I want zero crap.
Yes.
Because I've never used any of this before.
If anything goes sideways, if anything gets squirrely, don't be busting his balls this morning.
And nothing works over here, so we're already handicapped a little bit.
Gotcha. I won't say a word.
Yeah, don't you dare.
And you know what? Red Butcher Jesus, he also requested that nobody goes after my mom today. I'm fragile. I'm nervous.
Right.
So far, things have been going pretty good for the most part.
He's nervous enough as it is. No, you've done a wonderful job so far, Josh.
I appreciate that.
You've done a wonderful keeping us afloat as he always does. All right, Randy, thanks for being there. We weren't sure. We were a little early. Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem.
But you old people are early risers.
Yeah, they are. I thought about that yesterday because I had dinner last night at 4.
Yeah.
I wonder if Randy's eating right now.
It's wonderful, Josh.
It is wonderful.
I'm a later guy when it comes to dinner time. 7 o'clock. That's my
Especially if you want to watch sports. It's always nice to get the meal out of the way, digested, relaxed.
Aren't you hungry again at 8 o'clock?
Oh, what
it's
I like.
Okay, you can snack.
You know what I like? Air popped popcorn.
Yes.
I'll eat that every evening.
Josh, you're settling into the old-timers routine.
I can't wait. You know, we went to Perkins.
Should have seen his face when he said air-popped popcorn.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You look like you were doing a television ad.
And just like the doctors recommend, I put half a container of salt on it. Mm-hmm. We were at Perkins over the weekend.
Perkins. I love Perkins.
I do too. Cam, he brought up my son. He said, how excited are you that in 5 short years you can order off the 55-plus menu at Perkins? And I can't wait.
Right.
I mean, even in my early 40s, I couldn't wait to be old enough to move into like a retirement community. For whatever reason, I'm looking forward to all that.
Well, I can tell you can slow down a little bit on that.
How old do you have to be?
No, I mean, there's nothing wrong
the desire
with,
to move in there?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying you might want to think about slowing down a little bit.
I don't know.
On that thought process.
Josh, there's a handsome sumbitch sitting right across from you right now who's less than a year away from all those things.
Are you kind of excited?
Of course I am.
I was a little disappointed when we talked about AARP, and I thought, I'm almost there. And somebody had texted and said, no, you can join at a younger age. That's not right. I want to have that accomplishment.
Whenever it becomes available to me, by God, Josh, I'm going to take what I can get.
Although when you get to be 50, when like a grocery store offers a senior discount of 50, it does feel a little odd, doesn't it?
I haven't experienced that yet.
I worked at a grocery store. I was a grocery transfer technician.
Sure.
Where my job was to pack groceries and bring them to the back of cars.
Absolutely.
And we would look at the people with the senior discount like on Tuesdays and think, man, they're old. But now I realize they're probably my age at that time.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I'm going to take what I can get. Okay, Randy Shaver, here we go in our intro there. Unfortunately, we could do this all week. You heard, what's his nuts there?
KOC?
Kelvin O'Conrad Bain.
Right.
Basically saying, or sounding not totally committed to the idea of giving J.J. McCarthy his old job back, despite the deep love the two of them have for each other. Totally unproven and injury-prone quarterback J.J. McCarthy could get back from his injury this week, but troubled Vikings head coach Kelvin O'Conrad Bain doesn't sound committed to the bit.
Well, I mean, he'll be a lot more committed if Carson Wentz is not 100%. So, I mean, I think that there's a lot to figure out about Carson's health situation too, but I think that McCarthy's had 3 weeks to rest up and get healthy, and he is going to be the guy if he's healthy. So
I'll go out of my mind by Friday if this keeps up. But
it's not going to keep up. They'll make a decision soon. There's just no reason to postpone.
We all know that Wency Wentz gives them the best chance to win, but McCarthy is the kid that the franchise has banked its future on, so he will get his chances eventually. And if it doesn't work out, everybody will be fired and there will be great shame, but The way they've fawned all over this kid, there's no way he doesn't get beyond his fair ups as starting quarterback here in town.
Yeah, if he's perfectly healthy and they don't start him this weekend,
that would cause
that'd be shocking.
That would be shocking
because they have fawned
all sorts of issues.
I mean, the way Conrad Bain and McCarthy have scissored each other from day one, there's no way he doesn't get his fair ups. So I didn't watch any football last night. But a lot of folks think that Dana is sick because he drank too much and then cried and vomited.
I had that thought, and especially because he never told you and me.
No.
We got a text from the boss saying, sorry for the late notice. You guys are going to have to do a best of today. The only people that knew how to run this board were Dana and Derek, and they're both, Derek's out of town and Dana's sick.
So a lot of folks think that Dana cried, vomited, until 2 o'clock in the morning, couldn't sleep because his pretend favorite football team, the Buffalo Bills, lost to Atlanta. The Atlanta Falcons are, and I'm not your NFL guy anymore, but this is one weird-ass ball club. 1 week they get shut out by Carolina. The tiny little bit of highlights I saw from last night's game, Atlanta looks like a really good ball club. That running back is unbelievable.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, Bijan is really good. I mean, it was their first Monday night home game in 7 years. So the place was fired up. They had come off a bye week, so they were
ready to roll.
They're a good football team. I mean, I think, again, it's another example of what's going on in the NFC. The NFC is loaded with, at least right now through 5 or 6 weeks with good football teams. And I think Buffalo's offense is kind of a little bit stagnant right now and trying to figure out what's going to be the best route for them to score points. Their wide receiver core is mediocre at best. Yeah. And Josh Allen is trying to, and he didn't have his top tight end last night. Kincaid was hurt, didn't play. But, I mean, they're struggling to figure out that passing game with Josh Allen, and you saw that last night. I didn't watch much of it. I watched early in the game before the baseball game started. And so I paid attention to it early, but I think I switched over to baseball once Bijan went about 80 yards for a touchdown on the great touchdown run.
That dude's wonderful.
Okay. I think Atlanta's on their way to winning that football game.
And we'll be switching over to baseball here in just a minute. The Chicago Bears beat my Washington Commodores by 1 point.
Big win last night, late.
Some kind of a last-second field goal type of a thing?
Yep. I did turn over to watch the end of that game last night. And
all right.
It was a big victory for Chicago.
There you go.
They're now I think they're 500 now.
I'm going to go along
3-2 or something like that. So
I think it's 3-2. I'm going to go along with it. Yeah. Okay. We've been waiting on this now. Mark Sanchez's ex-girlfriend and the mother of his son has talked to people about Mark's freak out. And she said, quote, "None of this is surprising to me."
Yeah, we were waiting for something like this, right? And it hadn't happened.
That's not good. And that's pretty much, I think, all she said.
Yeah, that was about it. It was kind of a cryptic social media post.
I mean, she said some things about her son and some things like that and love and concern and all that. But the quote that everyone's going to be talking about now is that Mark's ex-girlfriend said, "None of this is surprising to me." And Josh, you were the first guy to say, after the Sanchez dagger tag, you said something along the lines of, "Has anyone ever heard of this type of behavior from him before? I wonder if there's teammates, coaches, college buddies that would say, oh, yeah, that sounds like something Mark would do." Well, at least his ex-girlfriend is saying this might be kind of part of his makeup.
Yeah, not surprised.
That's not good.
No, that's bad.
Not good.
And after, how it goes now, it could be a landslide after this. More and more people might say the same thing.
His ex-girlfriend and the mother of his son, Josh, Randy, both of you, she's an Irish model. Well, then.
Well.
Hello.
She goes by the
Top
name
of the morning to ya.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I was in Ireland, I didn't see anything that came close to a model, but that was a long time ago. Bobby T is the name she goes by, so she must have some kind of maybe a social media presence. Bobby T, otherwise known as Erin Campaneris, the daughter of Bert Campaneris.
Oh, really?
Yes.
God, the daughter or the granddaughter?
It says here daughter. And if you're a younger person and you don't know,
she's beautiful.
Is she? Look her up, Josh, would you? If you can.
Oh, I saw a photo. Yeah.
I didn't see her. If you can over there,
you're
busy enough as it is. Erin Campaneris. Now, if you're a young person, you don't know. Bert Campaneris was one of the top players for the Oakland Athletics in the early 70s.
Yep.
Yes.
Shortstop.
In the early 70s, when the Oakland Athletics were winning World Series with Catfish Hunter and Reggie Jackson.
He was part of that great Oakland A's team.
Yes. One of the greatest players in the A's franchise history. He's played more games than any other Oakland A. He's got more hits than any other member of that franchise. That threw me. What? Bert Camp, but I suppose if you're a famous athlete, you run in a certain circle of athletes and their sons and daughters. So she said, I believe on social media, sadly, none of this is surprising to me. But that's about all she said. Oh, Josh pulled up a picture of, she's a very pretty lady.
Yeah,
and Bert was a handsome guy.
He was.
An attractive laddie right there.
Lassie.
Oh, is it Lassie?
Yeah.
I thought that was...
The men are laddies. The women are...
Well, you know.
Oh, my God.
Laddies can be attractive.
Of course, Bert was. Okay, now someone texted in and said, OMG, she's not Irish. The story I read is that she's an Irish... Model. Look, I'm not going to argue over it. It really doesn't mean anything to me, whether or not Mark Sanchez's estranged girlfriend is Irish or not. So,
you know, we're vulnerable today. Starting your text with OMG, that's very aggressive.
Yes.
Don't
Take it
gaslight
easy.
us.
Very vulnerable group this morning. The Detroit Lions player by the name of Brian Branch has been suspended for one game by the National Football League for slapping the taste out of the Kansas City Chiefs.
By the league or by the team? I think the team suspended him.
I thought it was the league, but just like whether or not Mark Sanchez's ex-girlfriend is Irish doesn't really matter to me. Suspended.
Well, it does, because I think Dan Campbell came out in a press conference and said, we are going to, this behavior is not part of our organization, and they made the decision to suspend him, hoping that the league would not do anything further.
I can't quite see all the way to the other computer, but I think this might be the right clip.
I love Brian Branch, but what he did is inexcusable, and it's not going to be accepted here. It's not what we do. It's not what we're about. I apologize to Coach Reed and the Chiefs and and Schuster. That's not okay. We that's not what we do here, and it's not going to be okay. He knows it. Our team knows it, and that's not what we do.
All right, maybe he was suspended by the team.
Yeah, I think they're trying to make a point that. That kind of stuff's just not going to be part of what they do. So.
Whatever, Dan Campbell. Clock's ticking on you, punk.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay.
I'm tired of his gimmick. All right, so the guy, he slapped a Chiefs player, and he won't be playing football for a week or two.
He bloodied him up.
Did he? What?
Yeah, I guess he
bloodied He's wearing a helmet.
I know. I was trying. He must have got a finger in there or something.
Oh, my God. Got a finger in
so
there.
To speak.
So to speak, yes.
We're asking folks to, take it easy. We're vulnerable. It's just the two of us this morning, plus Randy Shaver.
Yeah, you're not going to hear any breast pumping during this segment like you usually do when Ashley's here.
We're fragile.
We don't know how to use any of this equipment or this computer.
When you do 30 years here, you don't have to run the equipment anymore. But then all of a sudden, one day you do. Here's a text message from Officially Got the Job Done Jesus. He says, this show is way less sexy without Ashley.
Yeah, I understand.
Josh, take your shirt off.
We're doing our best. No, I don't do
that. Take your friggin' shirt off.
Not even in the shower, bro. OMG.
Well, we could add a little spice.
How do we sex it up around
Well, we'll figure out a way. We'll do it organically.
Okay.
Yeah. The Tennessee Titans fired their head coach, a sumbitch called Brian Callahan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That didn't take long.
No. 1-5 start to the season. He went 4-19 overall as their coach.
It's just his second year.
Yeah. No real patience there with Brian Callahan.
No, not at all.
The last 4 quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall in the NFL have seen their head coach get gassed during their rookie season. And that applies to Cam Ward, who starts for Tennessee, sorry. Okay. In 20 and 21, Trevor Lawrence was a rookie quarterback. Urban Meyer was thrown out the building.
Well, it wasn't Trevor Lawrence's fault that Urban Meyer got fired.
No. In 20 and 23, Bryce Young was a rookie with the, Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
Frank Reich was fired. Then last year, was it last year? Yes. Caleb Williams was a rookie for the Chicago Bears, and they fired Matt Eberflus.
That's correct.
That's sexing it up right there, the way I say Eber. How do you say that?
That's good.
Eberflus?
Sexy name.
Yeah.
Very nice.
My Philadelphia Eagles have unexpectedly lost a key member of their defense. Veteran pass rusher Z. Darius Smith has upped and decided to retire.
I always like that guy.
Former Viking.
Yeah.
He comes off like a nice guy.
Yeah.
That's from what I've seen.
Talented individual.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've seen, he comes off like a nice. He thanked his fans and the organizations he's played for. He gone. So, kind of a shocking thing. He signed a 1-year
You know
deal.
what? He didn't want to come to Minnesota and have to face the Vikings and the fans. He just didn't want to do that.
Didn't think he could handle the crowd here, huh?
Yeah, he's still part of him. He didn't want to, make everybody feel bad that he was coming back to play against them.
Well, that makes perfect sense. The Pittsburgh Steelers organization are going to go ahead and replace the field at their home ballpark in the middle of the season. Apparently, it caused some issues on Sunday.
Well, I know the players were complaining about it.
They have natural grass there. I'm
assuming
that's why they were doing that.
They do. And, the University of Pittsburgh also plays their home games at the Steelers ballpark.
Sure.
So a lot of folks are saying, they're doubling up on giant 300-pound individuals tearing up this field every week. I guess the turf caved in when the Steelers were trying to kick a field goal the other day, and the kicker fell down and the ball did not go through the uprights. A special teams player blew his knee across the stadium, and they're saying it's because the field is unmitigated garbage. The all-knowing and powerful Karen Rogers agrees that the field is feces. And then he fell into a deep trance and drank a bucket of kitten blood or whatever psychotic alternative gimmick he's into now.
Sure.
So apparently they're going to...
That's not a cheap undertaking,
no.
by the way, to replace your field in the middle of the season.
That costs some money.
Yeah.
And that probably pisses off the grounds crew. Wait a minute.
I would think so. They're probably a little offended.
I'm supposed to have the day off. Now I got to put the field in again? We just did it 3-4 months. Is Jorge Polanco not having the time of his life right now, or what?
Good for him. Seriously, good for him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just awesome.
Mm-hmm. Every time he swings the bat, damn near, it turns into an impactful moment for the Seattle Mariners. Seattle pumped Toronto 10-3 in Game 2 of the American League Championship Series last night. Now the Mariners go home with a 2-0 series lead in their best of 7. Jorge Polanco, Josh Naylor, Julio Rodriguez all ripped dong in last night's ball game. Toronto had just 6 hits, only 1 after the second inning, and had 8 hits combined in the first 2 games. Seattle's bullpen has combined for 9 scoreless innings in the series and allowed just 1 hit. This is looking more and more likely that the Seattle Mariners are going to finally make the World Series. Long ways to go.
Yeah.
But it's looking more and more likely. And that doesn't bother me. 6 of Jorge Polanco's first 7 hits this postseason have driven in runs.
Yep.
So he's just killing it
clutch.
right now.
Yeah, he's a
absolutely
clutch.
clutch.
Right now. Yep.
Game 3 tomorrow night. The Brewers had their big chance and it didn't happen.
Did you watch that game last night?
Yes, I did.
Oh, so entertaining. Blake Snell was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He's the first pitcher to face the minimum through 8 innings in a postseason game since Don Larson threw the perfect game in 1956.
Jesus, boy.
That's how great Blake Snell was last night. But the game was, the Brewers loaded the bases in the bottom of the ninth and scored a run and were within a run to possibly tie or win the game last night. But Nick, were you watching for the crazy double play?
I missed the crazy double play. I read about the crazy double play.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Tell me about it.
Well, the Dodgers had the bases loaded, one out, and there was a shot hit to center field, and the center fielder goes up to make the play, gets his glove on it. It pops out of his glove, hits the wall, taps the wall, and he comes down with it, catches it.
Yeah.
So it's not an out. The ball's in play. And so the runners were holding up because they thought he caught the ball. So they're all tagging, right? He makes the play. They relay it to home plate. They get the force out because that's what it is now. They don't have to tag it. They get the force at home. And then the runner who tagged at second was confused as to what was going on and starts to jog to third, and the catcher sprints to third base and forces him out at third. It's the craziest double play I've ever seen. And I think the fans, it took about 2 minutes for the fans to figure out what just happened because most people thought he caught the ball, but he didn't. It's just crazy. And the announcers did such a great job of explaining what just happened because I was totally confused too when it was happening. They replayed it multiple times to explain why this is how this turned out. It was crazy.
Yeah, I read about it. I missed it.
So much fun to watch. That game last night, Blake Snell was just masterful.
He's been awesome.
He was incredible. And, the Brewers actually pitched very well, too, as a team. So, very, very fun game to watch.
Listener texted in, did you see Mitch Garver hit a triple last night? Yes, I did. And he looked as shocked as anybody else that he made it to third base.
Did he look like who was the former twin?
Mike Redmond.
Yes.
It wasn't nearly as ugly as Redmond. But both Mike Redmond and Mitch Garver both looked equally surprised to have gotten that far.
That's the best, isn't it?
Garver had the dumbest look on his face when he made it to third base. He looked like a little kid, and he really looked kind of lost. Like, okay, what do I do on third base? I don't get here very often. You know what I mean? That was fun.
The view's fantastic. Did his teammates, were they as amused?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. They're doing hand gestures to him.
Great.
And, teasing the hell out of him. So
bringing out the defibrillator?
Yeah, he looked embarrassed. He really did. If you see the replay, he looked embarrassed, and his teammates were busting his balls big time. Not to bring the spirit of the whole thing down, Randy Shaver, Sandy Alomar Sr. has died.
I saw that.
At 81 years old, former big league player and coach. And his very talented seed turned out to be Roberto and Sandy Alomar Jr.,
correct,
who both played long periods of time in big league baseball.
Yep.
He was a terrific player in his own right, Sandy Sr., and then coached with the Padres and the Cubs and the Rockies and the Mets. Sandy Alomar Sr. and Sandy Alomar Jr. looked so identical. One of those freaky father-son deals where you can almost not tell the two of them apart.
Yeah.
Roberto turned out to be kind of an ass bag, though. I don't know.
Well, yeah, there was a stretch where he was.
Yeah. That's not Sandy Sr.'s fault.
Yeah.
Right, Josh?
Not at all.
It's not the dad's fault when the kid turns out to be an ass bag. Not all the time.
No. Dads are immune to that type of criticism.
Mm-hmm. What the hell? Randy Shaver, backup goalie Jesper Wallstedt made his first start and goal last season for the Pigs, and he was perfect in the shootout So the Pigs defeated the Los Angeles Kings 4-3 by way of, like I said, one of those silly high school hard-on.
Well, should have never gotten to that.
No, it got a little silly there in the third period.
Yeah, should have never gotten to that.
They did wet the bed. They were up 3-rip and lost that lead in the third period, including a goal being scored with the extra attacker by the Kings with about 45 seconds left. But I suppose all you got to do is just tell yourself, if you're a player, you got to say, F it, we got it done. Pigs scored all 3 of their regulation goals in the first period, all of them on the power play. So those statistics must look pretty good this morning. Jared Spurgeon and the Russian kid and Matt Boldy scored those goals on the man advantage. And the boys even had to kill a penalty in overtime. But this Wallstead finished the night with 31 saves, his first win in St. Paul, and was perfect in the shootout. On to Dallas now for a game with the Stars tonight. I haven't gotten into Pigs hockey yet. It's still baseball season. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
I just saw a little bit of last night's game.
You usually wait a little while.
However, that could have been just a disastrous loss coming off the home loss to start the season with Columbus, too. So that would have been not good last night if they had not come back to win.
Oh, and by the way, Shotgun Messiah Jesus is correct. Empty net Jesus, Mark Foligno. He says almost scored an empty netter last night as well. I did see a little bit of that.
What do you mean by almost?
Well, see,
did he miss?
I'm not sure what he means.
Okay.
I was watching mainly baseball. I did flip over to see a little bit of the ass end of the third period when the Kings had the goalie pulled before they scored their game-tying goal. I did see that Marcus was kind of camped out in front of the net with an empty net in front of him. They just needed to get him the puck. I don't know if that's exactly what Shotgun Messiah Jesus is referencing or if he blew an empty netter. I wasn't paying full attention.
Well, he wouldn't blow an empty netter. He was standing there just to make sure no one shot one. And
right.
If it came to him, he diverted it in a way that it wouldn't go in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We warned him. Right. I warned him. If
exactly.
he scores more than 7 empty net goals this season, he is no longer allowed on this radio show.
Yep.
He's not going to risk that.
I will not allow such a disrespectful thing on this radio show. Marcus has been warned.
He seemed to take it in stride.
He did. He understands.
He understands.
He's an older player.
Yeah.
Older players
He's old
know.
school hockey.
Older players know that empty net goals are for sissies. He knows he has to go through with it now and again. He gets the message. He's an older guy. TJ Oshie is beginning a new career on television. Any words of advice, Randy Shaver, for TJ Oshie as he gets into television?
Yes, just be yourself.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Just be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not.
What is the ratio of normal people to douchebags in the television world? TJ needs to know this information.
Well, it depends on which TV world you're talking about.
Okay,
if you're talking about local news as opposed to national broadcasts.
So he's joining ESPN for their
correct.
NHL coverage.
So I can't really speak to the national broadcast stuff because I didn't live in that world, so I don't know how the talent looks at themselves in that kind of world. I would say in the local television world, it's probably 70-30 good guys.
Didn't that number go up significantly last year for some reason? I can't remember. I heard a rumor.
What happened?
Last year, I thought for some reason the number went up. It was more good guys. It was skewed towards less douchebags.
In local television?
Last year. Yeah. I can't remember why.
What the hell happened?
There's something that happened. I have to look it up.
Somebody walked away from the game?
Apparently so, yeah.
So TJ Oshie retired last spring. He's joined ESPN as an in-studio NHL analyst.
I think he'll do a great job. He's a great talker.
Smart guy, good personality.
Smart guy. I think he'll be really good.
Here's what TJ said on, Twitter. He said, "My dad fell asleep to SportsCenter almost every night of my childhood. He would have loved this." Well, yeah, it's because ESPN always buried their hockey coverage and saved it for the last 45 seconds of the show when most of us were already...
Right.
He's also going to make that trip to Italy to cover the Olympics.
Yeah, fun.
TJ Oshie. Professional tennis player a feller who goes by the name of Giancarlo Oliveira. He got rung up for meth. He tested positive for meth rocks.
How did he think he was going to get away with that?
Well, let me explain this to you now. When he had to go to a hearing all about this meth, whoever it is that governs professional tennis, this Giancarlo Oliveira, he said, no, I'm not on meth, but, he said, I kissed a gal who smokes meth. So, that's how that happened, he said.
I wonder.
Okay.
I mean, we've heard stories where
Come on.
people will have a severe peanut allergy and they'll kiss someone who recently had a peanut butter sandwich.
Yes.
Right.
I've never heard of secondhand meth, though.
Well, see, there have been a couple of past stories that these athletes were cleared of any wrongdoing. An Olympic fencer, and I know what you're saying. Ooh, which one was it? Maybe it's my favorite Olympic fencer.
Hey, did you guys do fencing in gym class, by the way?
No.
I did.
You did? Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed that.
Actually, not in gym class. I did it post college. Like doing it as a TV story.
Oh.
Learning how to fence. So
I only fenced once, Josh, and it was with you. Don't you remember?
Is it actual fencing? Or
yeah.
I don't remember.
But you did it in school?
Yeah, we had a unit on it in school.
My God, how stupid.
I was what they called the target. Where everybody was stabbing
you over and
Yes.
over. How silly when you think back to, we covered this a few weeks ago, that we had to get involved in square dancing in gym class.
Yeah, I've never square danced.
I was good at that.
Well, here's the thing. I think we've gotten ourselves behind the curtain on that gimmick. That was just in junior high. The reason they forced us to square dance is they were trying to introduce us to dealing with the opposite sex.
I think that's
Probably,
correct. Absolutely correct.
Trying to make us comfortable.
You're do-si-doing with
because you had to-
so-and-soing.
You had to hold somebody's hand
Yeah.
or swing them around.
Right.
Yes, you're correct.
And I think our gym teacher was mad at me because he paired me up with the tallest girl in our class.
Yeah.
And it looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
I got all kinds of hell over that.
You had just a face full of. Anyway, fencing. I can't put a finger on why were you fencing? Why did they think that had to be a part of your? I'll get there. The
I
word
don't
is.
know.
What was the fancy word for gym class again? Calisthenics.
Physical education.
Physical. That's it. Why did they think that needed to be part of your physical education?
I'm not sure it was fun, though.
You don't remember when you and I fenced?
It remind me.
We were strolling around the top deck at the Mall of America back in the lawless days of the Mall of America, when you could perform oral sex on someone at a bar.
And then you could race. I mean, they even had races.
They had oral sex
ran
races.
Ran through the okra patch before we knew what that was.
Randy was there. Josh was there.
Never won.
You and I were wandering by an empty building. A building doesn't make empty store. And dude had fencing equipment in there.
I can't believe I don't remember.
And
that.
we walked
Did you
in.
Give me a concussion or something?
No,
Why don't I remember?
we put the gear on and we fenced each other because the dude was teaching classes. And we said, "Hey man, do you mind if we?" And he said, "No, go ahead. I'm just waiting for my students to show up." We fenced. We sweat our nuts off. And then
were we masters of the foil afterwards?
I can't believe you have such a good memory. You don't remember this.
I can't believe I did either.
I got you. I think best 3 out of 5. I got you 3-2. And okay, it doesn't matter. But here's the deal. So this tennis player says he tested positive for meth because he made out with a gal who smokes meth rocks. He says, I'm not on it, but the gal that I sucked face with, she is. There have been a couple of cases where this excuse worked. An Olympic fencer was accused of taking some type of steroids. And she said, no, but I was making out with an American athlete at the Olympics. We made out a lot over a period of 9 days, and she said that guy was on steroids. That's how I tested positive, and the Olympic ruling committee, whoever they are, said, we believe it. Then there was what did this guy do? Another tennis player. He tested positive for cocaine. This is nearly 20 years ago. he tested positive for cocaine, and he said, no, I don't do cocaines, but the gal that I bumped with the other night is on cocaine. And they let him continue to play tennis. So maybe, just maybe, Giancarlo Olivieri, the professional tennis player who got rung up for meth, maybe he's telling the truth, that he just makes out with meth heads.
I kind of hope so. Otherwise, that girl, I'm sure, is going, what the hell, man?
Right.
Why would you do that to me?
Right. He hasn't said her name or anything, but she knows who she is.
Well, we know she's cool.
Here's an interesting question. What's worse, being on meth rocks or being clean and making out with a meth head?
Oh. Well, probably being on it, but I'd be pretty frustrated if all of a sudden I tested positive for meth. And it wasn't my fault. I don't think I've ever made out with a meth head. Have you?
I would hope not, Josh.
What time is it?
Oh, no, you have?
No.
Lucky.
I didn't make out with anybody. But I can tell you this. I had an interest in a lady for a while. And she had, by damn, she's only human, an interest in me. And we went out one night. And, okay, we did kiss. But that was it. We kissed. It was maybe on our next date that she told me, I think I maybe complimented her on her teeth. You know, trying to be a gentleman.
Chivalrous.
And she said, thanks, there's not a real one in the bunch. I used to smoke a lot of meth.
Man, oh man.
So she said, bottom rack and the cheap seats, all fake. She didn't spit them out for me.
Oh, so they were not permanent. She didn't have any, like,
no,
surgery. Oh,
no.
Okay, gotcha.
She didn't spit out the full works for me.
That's like a third date thing.
Yeah. But she told me my teeth are fake because I used to smoke buckets of meth, she told me. And I got to be honest with you, I got a little feeling that maybe I didn't want to be involved with this person.
I got a buddy who used to do it.
You have a buddy who...
Yeah, he used to, big time.
Wow.
I had asked him, with all we know about meth now, I mean, they got a Faces of Meth booth at the fair, which is shocking if you get, well, at least they used to. I don't know if they still have it. But why would you do something like that? And he just basically was like, I don't know. He just kind of was doing everything else. I tried it out and sure wasn't happy with himself, I guess.
Here's a listener that says, I missed out on an opportunity to get a gummer.
Oh, I bet you've had that opportunity before.
We're not talking gummers. We're not going to go in that direction.
A lot of people are saying that.
Do they want to? A lot of folks want to talk about gummers.
I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, then go ahead. Talk about gummers. It wasn't.
I mean, we could always try and get our wives addicted to meth.
Oh my God!
Just so we don't miss the opportunity.
What a drastic way to.
You imagine trying to explain that one away?
I'll tell you though, this gal who told me that all of her teeth were fake because she used to inhale pounds and pounds of meth every day, that wasn't exactly what shut the door completely on the idea of seeing this woman again. Trust me, I backpedaled, I did, in my head when she mentioned meth. But it was at the end of that date. We walked out onto the street. We had dinner at this little joint. We walked out onto the street, and she said, okay, see ya. And I said, well, where are you parked? Maybe we're parked in the same. And she said, well, I didn't drive. And I said, oh, you took an Uber? No, I didn't take an Uber. And I said, well, how are you getting out of here? And she said, well, my mother and my brother are coming to pick me up.
Oh, my gosh. I'm out.
Well, that didn't, okay.
That's like a third date type of thing.
Is that really? Anyway, that didn't really throw me either. Okay, well, maybe her mother...
You were, like, smitten.
Well, but Randy Shaver, I had to... Maybe I was. But I had to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe her mother and brother are picking her up to go to a family thing or something.
Family vacation.
Right? I don't know. She says my mother and my brother are picking me up. And I was standing there when they pulled up to the corner. and her mother and brother looked like characters from a horror movie.
Oh my God.
The hills have eyes.
And they're just staring, and they were driving
people under the stairs?
This broken 86 Ford Escort or something. And the mother and brother just stared, and they looked frightening. And she said, "Hey, Mom and Donnie, wave hi to Nick." And they didn't wave. They just continued to stare.
Oh,
That's
my
when
God.
I said, okay, I'm not going to call this. I'll tell you what, the Milwaukee Bucks are doing anything and everything to keep the Greek Freak on their ball club and keep him happy.
Boy, they must really want him on the team.
Okay?
This is crazy.
Their superstar player. Do you like watching the Greek Freak, Randy
Yeah,
Shaver?
I do. Yeah, he's very talented.
He is fun to watch. And he is a good interview. He's a funny guy. You know, basketball season. I do enjoy when we get some audio of Giannis talking because he's funny. He's a loose character. So there was a big to-do a few months ago as to whether or not he was going to, re-sign with the club. He has.
Yeah.
He's going to continue to play for the Bucks. Yep. Now, for the past 6 years, the Bucks, wanting to keep him happy, have used one of their roster spots
for his brother
to employ his older brother, Thanasis. Mm-hmm. Despite the fact that Thanasis is very clearly not terribly good at basketball. He just is not. Have you seen him play? He is
I
not.
Have, yes.
The dude sucks. He's almost as bad as Bronny. Really. He's terrible. More or less, he's there just to make Giannis happy. But it appears that wasn't enough. The Bucks have now hired Alex Antetokounmpo, the youngest of the three brothers. They've signed him as well to a two-way NBA contract. And it says here, I haven't seen him play, but it says here, like Thanasis, nothing about Alex's basketball career shows that he's anywhere close to an NBA-level player. That is friggin' hilarious.
Yeah.
But without Giannis, the Bucks, at least the article says here, the Bucks are hardly an NBA-level team, so maybe it all makes sense. That's mental.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, right? I mean, that's kind of the way. Good for them. They're in a position to be able to keep Giannis, because in small market teams, it's sometimes difficult to keep those superstars on your roster.
Kind of a bummer for guys that are hoping to make it in the NBA, though.
Two spots?
Sure.
Two spots on the bench are taken up by guys who are not NBA caliber players. They're just there to hang out with their brother and be like a professional best friend. That's friggin' weird. But I get it.
Yep.
I certainly get it. Oh, man. By the way, this marks the first time in NBA history that three brothers are on an active roster with the same team. So there you go. Got anything else for us, Randy Shaver? Other than that, we can probably pull the plug on this operation.
I don't think so. I think you covered everything. I think you guys are doing a bang-up job. I really do.
Well, we appreciate
a bang-up job.
Someone earlier said it's like an unplugged version of the Half-Ass Morning Show.
Yes.
We're just down to two hippies and an acoustic guitar.
Exactly.
You said high school football games are happening tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow night is MEA Wednesday, and so it's the last night of the regular season. And then the playoffs will be set on Thursday and Friday, and then next week the playoffs start. So
Cubby and I are still waiting for that guest spot on your podcast.
Yeah.
I could tell more stories.
I'm desperate, but I'm not that desperate.
You'll get there.
We could, we could talk Gummers.
Yeah, you don't got that covered yet, do you, on that thing?
No, I have not.
Is the high school
that
football crowd ready for that?
Can you imagine?
No, probably not.
That would not work out well.
All right, Randy Shaver, you have a good one. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, boys.
We'll be back in a few
job.
minutes. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, Randy.
We'll return if we can.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
Searching for an inside look at the people, stories, and passion that fuel the state of soccer in America.
Who's going to be the key man for the U.S. men's national team?
First and foremost, they need to win.
There's something so fun about being the underdog.
You're playing with house money almost.
But what does this success mean for the future of U.S. soccer?
Ooh, you're getting deep now.
This is where soccer will come to life.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, wow, we're pumping along on just 2 cylinders, although obviously very polished and professional cylinders as we're hitting 8:23 here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. It's just Nick and Josh this morning for today's version of the program. Dana, he's sick. Ashley, we told her to go back to bed. It's a long story. We didn't think we'd have a show this morning. This happened, the other thing happened, but Cubby and I thought, F it, let's just let her buck and see what gives. It's been fun, I think.
Yeah, despite the nerves of screwing everything up, Mustaine's God Jesus texted in and said, you guys still play Megadeth? Well, here's the thing. When you're learning how to run the board for the very first time and you're using a computer you've never used
before,
and there's all kinds of pressure, I figure we should be able to play whatever we want.
Yeah.
They should give us a little grace on that.
Yeah. Played Symphony of Destruction. What do you got a problem with that? Our address. But Josh, I've never felt closer to you as a coworker and as a submissive lover.
I feel the same way. I had to think about the second part, and I agree wholeheartedly 100%.
You got anything to say otherwise about the troubled situation that we've obviously turned into pure radio gold?
No, like I said, so far so good. I'm a little worried at the very end. I don't know how to start the 9 a.m. commercial-free blitz.
Yeah, someone call us and tell us, how do we do it at the very end?
Yeah, we need some help there. If you have suggestions, or you could text us 651-989-9393. What do we do at the end here? For the most part, it's been going okay. But at the end of Shaver, we had a little snafu because somebody was accessing this computer from afar.
Someone hacked into the computer that runs the radio station?
I'm assuming someone that works here, and I couldn't get to anything because they were controlling the computer.
What kind of dork hacks into a radio station?
I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to just say, hey, thank you for whatever it is you did, but wait till we're hit the button we need to hit. That was scary.
And again, text us on our Luther Bloomington Kia text line. What the hell do we do at 9 a.m.? We've got 35 minutes to figure this out.
Now we're being criticized for the Metallica song, or Megadeth. I had to play what was in the system.
Who's criticizing? They're busting your balls. They're just trying to make you nervous. Who would criticize Megadeth? What are you crazy or something?
Somebody said Mega Dave sucks. That's, I'm sorry, incorrect.
No, you're way off. And Josh made a rule at 5:40 this morning. We don't want any ball busting. No trouble.
Yeah, no trouble.
Let's just
never
have a nice...
used this before.
Who the hell is out of their mind enough to call in and text in and criticize Megadeth? All right. So this is the situation we're in, and we're making the most of it, and we appreciate you hanging out with us this morning on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Handful of minutes ago, we had Randy Shaver on the program, and we got to talking about meth rocks. There was a sports-related story that involved meth. It'll blow all the teeth right out of your face.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
I was mentioning the Faces of Meth booth that at least used to be on at the fair, and there was a guy there that was really cool. He's running this thing, and it was very lonely in there, and he looked appreciative that folks would come in.
There wasn't a big crowd at the Faces of Meth?
No, it's just me and the guy.
Yeah.
And, they had these Faces of Meth up all around the entire tent or whatever it was.
Before and after kind of a thing?
Yeah, and the differences were significant. He was pointing it out, and he said, that's 6 months right there. And you didn't even recognize the person.
Wow.
Obviously, certain drugs are terrible, but I didn't realize how quickly that can change a person.
It's such a horrible, horrible thing. Horrible thing to get yourself involved in. Anyway, on the topic of meth, a listener texted in and said he plays in a rock band. And he said his old drummer smoked a lot of meth. And one of his teeth fell out.
Oh, man.
And then his old drummer smoked his own tooth.
All right, I don't think that happened.
Do you think a guy... is that possible to smoke your own tooth or anybody else's tooth?
Well, I learned today you can bruise a tooth.
Yeah, if you missed it earlier, all the troubles that we encountered this morning, but yet we've so far made it work. I had kind of a built-in excuse to maybe take a day or two off. We've learned that really weak excuses are good enough these days. You don't need much of an excuse to miss work anymore. People they just want you to move on, right? So this could have worked. I was diagnosed yesterday at my dentist's office. I was diagnosed with a bruised tooth, and I had never heard that said out loud in my lifetime. I had a meal Sunday night at Chi-Chi's, and it was glorious.
I'd imagine so. Ashley was saying that, Ashley, you remember a coworker? Ashley, you're looking at me with a blank stare.
Sure, big guy.
No. That's Dana. Yeah, Ashley was saying that she tried to get a reservation, and was it weeks out? It was a while out.
That's what she said.
Try and get in there.
So I guess I must have really been putting everything into eating this meal at Chi-Chi's on Sunday night because I came away from it with a toothache. I thought maybe I had chomped. You know how I chomp it up?
Yeah, you do.
I thought maybe I had chomped that chimichanga with so much heat that I must have cracked a tooth or broken a tooth. But no, I go to my dentist yesterday. He looks in my arrogant yapper. He pokes around at the teeth that I identified as being a problem, the tooth that I identified as being a problem. And he said, no, you're fine. He said it is possible to bruise a tooth. There still is a little bit of pain, Josh, but it's getting slowly but surely better. And he said with a day or two, this problem should go away. It's a bruised tooth. That was news to me. Now I do want to check my text messages here. 651-989-9393. Number one, if you have any suggestions as to what we do at 9 o'clock in the morning, because we don't know. And number two, can someone smoke a tooth?
All right, somebody has texted in on what to do.
Okay.
At the end of the show, they recommend we say, thanks for listening. We introduce the next program and the commercial or music.
Okay.
All right.
We thank everyone for their time.
Say thank you, everybody.
And then we move on to introducing the next program or segment.
Here's the next. Do we say, here's the next program or segment?
Yes. Write that down.
All right.
That sounds like it'll work. Okay. I'm not seeing any text messages on whether or not a tooth can be smoked.
651 to 715, Jesus said, a lot of Chi-Chi's and Chili's talk and Megadeth. Finally, we're back to the 90s. Hey, usually we're in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah, we're really maturing.
We've moved forward in time. All right. You're a terrific crowd. You really are. This is fun right here, Josh. This is something that Dana found before he passed away.
No, he's alive.
And this brings back some great memories. And speaking of the text machine, folks, feel free. Let me roll through this here, and you folks can tell me your stories. 651-989-9393, again, is a text number. Popular social media post going around. God, I love that social media. It says here, age yourself by naming a nightclub you used to go to that no longer exists in Minnesota. Go ahead and age yourself by naming a nightclub you used to go to that no longer exists in Minnesota. So again, text us if you have a comment.
I got a couple that come to mind right away. I bet it's
Hit me with it. Hit me with it.
Mirage, Iron Horse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Saw all my favorite 80s bands who were struggling in the 90s. They had to go from arenas to much, much, much smaller venues. Saw all my favorite 80s groups at the Mirage or the by-damn Iron Horse.
They had everybody.
God dang.
I wonder if the owners moved on to other things, meaning do they own other clubs now? I never thought about it before. But
Good
they
question.
Always, I mean, that's what you'd check city pages of the paper to find out what was going on there because they always had the shows.
I'm surprised when I look at this report that Dana put together that those two clubs weren't mentioned. Maybe folks were more focused on just regular neighborhood bars, but wow, did we love those two joints. We're young guys in our 20s. You know, going to the Hard Rock bars was so cool for us, especially to see Rat or Tesla or, I mean, God, name them. We saw them all over there.
What was Is that still around Tropics? I only went there one time.
I don't think so.
And it was sarcastically for foam dancing.
Okay, Tropics does make this list, so it must no longer be a thing. Someone just walked into the building.
Is that Ashley?
We're familiar.
What's up?
Hey.
What the hell's going on?
I know it's a confusing morning,
We'll
isn't it?
explain later. We'll explain later. We allowed you to go back to sleep when this nightmare started where we didn't know if we were going to actually have a show today or not. We decided to let you go back to sleep out of kindness.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
We thought, Ashley is probably already completely out cold. Do we bother her? We decided no. What the hell are you doing here then? Did someone call you and wake you up?
Well, I texted in and I was like, hey, I was like, what's going on? There's a show happening here. And Josh was like, it's up to you. And I thought, yeah, I'll come on in.
I knew you would. I knew once you woke up that you'd feel like, shoot, I wish I would have known. I did try and get a hold of you this morning, but you must have went back to bed.
Yeah, I did.
You're a tough cookie.
You sure are.
The baby was very happy, though, because he got to get fed straight from the tap this morning.
Hey. Did you hear the news on Dana's passing?
Yeah, that's fun. That's wonderful.
A lot of people are suspicious because now that's 2 times after a Bills loss he didn't come in.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Someone did the research on that?
Great answers, Josh. Mirage and the Iron Horse. Ashley, off the top of your head, you're young, but is there any kind of a club or a bar or anything that you used to frequent that is no longer a thing? That's the subject we're jaw-jacking back and forth on here.
No, all of the ones that I've frequented are still around, thankfully.
The text machine is going absolutely mental right now, mentioning places like the Corner Bar in St. Michael, Mississippi Live. Oh, my damn. Does that... This stuff, it brings back such great memories.
Stargate. I've never heard of that.
The name
What
rings,
kind of bar was that? You don't know?
The name rings a bell. I thought it was a dance club.
Sounds like it.
I think maybe I went there once on a teen night when I was a 10th grader. But before we get beyond the Iron Horse and Mirage, and we got time to cover this, maybe even during commercials I can get to a lot of your text messages. Because this is such a fun topic. One of the hardest I ever laughed was we used to go to the Iron Horse, of course, to see bands, but we also would go there. I forgot what night they had. I think they had bingo. At any rate, this was so funny. Maybe you had to be there. The dude up on the stage, I think, owned the joint or was the manager of the joint, and he's spinning, Josh, the old-fashioned bingo ball.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the iron that...
The big cage.
It's a cage with the bingo balls in there. And I don't think we were playing bingo. I think he was just drawing numbers for free drinks or free admission to an upcoming concert, right? So we're full of beer. We're sitting way in the back. And the dude's like, okay, this is for a half-price drink. And Big Al's sitting with me. Al's had too many beers. And Al does this from the cheap seats. Hey, mix them up. Right? And the dude, he rolls the ball around and he says, C17, whatever. He did this 8 or 10 times. He's rolling that ball. And before he spins the ball, every time, Al from the back, hey, man, mix them up. Like the 9th time that Al said it. This guy's on stage with a live microphone in front of a pretty big crowd. The guy snaps and he goes, for F's sake, I am mixing them up. Shut up back there, for Christ's sake. He comes completely uncorked. Now we're in tears. We're laughing so hard. I thought we were going to get thrown out of the joint. Oh, my God, that was great.
Oh, here's one, Triple Rock. That was a big bar for us when we first started.
Right on Hennepin.
Yeah, Triple Rock and The Rock.
Yeah, the Rock in Maplewood, that's no longer a thing?
I don't know. People are saying
No,
it's not.
Oh, God, yes. We used to go to the Rock all the time. I saw Dawkin there. I saw Loverboy. I saw Night Ranger. Oh, my God.
I was asking, what's Stargate?
Yeah.
And this person said Stargate was a straight-up meat market. Tons of hot chicks.
Where was it?
Yeah, maybe
get back to us.
Google that.
Was it in Blaine?
Where that kind of sounds familiar.
I remember in 10th grade going to a dance club in Blaine, and that began my hatred for that town. But I think that's what Stargate was. I could be wrong.
I wish dance clubs were a thing when I was in like my early 20s. That sounds like so much fun, and it sounds like I would have had a chance to like see so many more bands.
You know what I want to go to? I want to go to one of those silent raves. Have you ever watched video of that?
Yes.
Absolutely hilarious.
I walked in on one happening one time. I was at an event, and I didn't know that was a part of it. And I walked into this big room, and it's quiet. People have the headphones on, and they're just dancing their butts off. And I looked at my husband, and he knew what my eyes were saying. They were saying, we need to get out of here in the next like couple minutes, or I'm just going to absolutely lose it with laughter. And I'm going to feel so guilty for laughing at these people.
All right, people are saying Stargate was off Lexington and St. Paul.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure I never went there.
Are you thinking of Bebop? Somebody wants to know.
It could be.
Is this bringing me back?
It could be. Friggin' Bebops.
Club Crystal?
Club
Cancun?
Oh.
Went to Club Cancun once.
Sure. Someone says...
I was going to get beat up.
Well, why? Who was going to kick your ass at Club?
I'm pretty sure that's the bar we were just talking about last week where a guy asked one of my friends if he was I-effing him.
Oh.
And that was the first time I'd ever heard that.
All right. What we're talking about here, social media is going back and forth on the nightclub, bar, whatever, roadhouse that you used to go to that no longer exists in Minnesota. And someone texted me and said, Jay Kuzno's in Maple Grove, that went away? There could be some misinformation here. Jay Kuzno's?
Well, I thought Nyes went away, and I just Googled it, and it looks like it's still going. I must be thinking of a different place that
used to be the only thing in Maple Grove before it exploded into a miniature metropolis. There was only one light in Maple Grove, and that was Jay Kuzno's when I was a kid.
Did you ever go to Buns and Roses? Air Guitar Jesus said, women on one side, men on the other.
Yes.
I remember the commercials.
One time. Yep. I went to Buns and Roses. God, I love this stuff. Here's what, we'll have time to go through your texts here shortly. We will. But for now, here's what made the article. The clubs that made the article. Waterworks in Centerville.
Oh, yeah. Those are, it's funny, when you said that, somebody said it was lawless.
Dude, they weren't kidding. We used to hit that now and again. I believe I even played in a few softball tournaments at Waterworks in Centerville. Bullwinkles, U of M. I believe that's where Bullwinkles is.
Sure.
Right down the road from here, 4 corners, 7 corners, whatever they call it, U of M, Bullwinkles. How about, what the hell do they mean here? Royal Court in Knollwood Mall in St. Louis Park? What are they talking about? Just like the food court? I don't know. Disco Trek?
I haven't heard of that one.
That sounds like from the 70s. I don't remember Disco Trek. Here's Stargate. We talked about that. Thumpers.
Oh, gosh.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds like a strip club.
Yeah.
It might have been. I think it was.
Was it really?
This is all difficult to piece it all together. A lot of years of heavy drinking and a lot of years of bouncing in and out of these joints, and I didn't always pay attention to the name of the joint, but I believe Thumpers was a boom boom room. The Double Deuce, of course. Oh, wow. Boy, did we love going to the 22nd Street Station, otherwise known as the Double Deuce. You could watch the ladies take their clothes off. You could just sit at the bar and watch a ball game.
That was a strip club?
Yeah.
Oh.
You could spin that big friggin' wheel. They had like a big roulette wheel. It was such a wonderful place. Tropics was mentioned. Rupert's. That's off of 394 and Xenia. It's still something. But at the time, it hosted bands. Rupert's, Josh, is where I met Gene Simmons and Eric Carr from Kiss.
Was that a radio station
It
promotion?
was a radio station party.
That
And,
is so sweet.
Yeah. Oh, it was a dream for me. And then I learned later that Gene Simmons is just a horrible person. The Hideaway rings a bell, but I'm not sure. King's Inn off of Highway 10. That was a naked joint, if I'm not mistaken.
Boy, we used to have a lot of naked joints.
Yeah,
wow.
King's Inn. Sure, I can picture the place.
Do you think the internet wrecked that? Like all these, there used to be so many strip clubs. Do you think like
Maybe put a damper on
all
it.
the porn, kind of.
Oh, you mean
Easier
for
to
the
see naked ladies?
Yeah.
internet porn ruined topless clubs?
Yeah.
Well, it could be.
Culture, maybe.
It's a tough business to operate. What'd you say, Josh?
Maybe just cultures changed.
The pandemic killed a lot of these joints. Joints.
And by the way, people are saying that's what happened with Nyes, but they brought it back. So I'm glad to know it's back.
It is sort of.
Oh.
It's just a tiny little joint now.
That was so popular when I first started working here. Everybody went there.
I've been to the new Nyes, and I hope they live forever. Don't get me wrong. But it's just a tiny little joint. At least last time I was in there, it used to be the whole restaurant and the live band.
Is it the same gist with like the polka and all that kind of stuff?
When I was there, I didn't get much of the old vibe. It was just a little bar. But that was only one time. Rum Runners. Sounds familiar, couldn't tell you where it is. The Quest in Minneapolis. Saw a lot of bands there. Saw Ronnie James Dio a couple times at the Quest. The late immortal. The Great American Sports Bar.
Oh, at Mall of America? That's
Mall
where
of
I met
America.
my wife.
Is that where you met your wife?
She worked there. At that and Little Ditties and
Gators.
Gators. Oh yeah, Gators. We used to have a South Park promotion there when we were the Edge.
I had a WWE SmackDown promotion.
Every Wednesday or whenever they used to air South Park.
That is so awesome. You guys would just drink and watch South Park?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was fun.
And on Thursday nights, I had a SmackDown gig there. People would show up to watch WWE SmackDown, and we would drink our balls off, and we would have thumb wrestling contests for prizes, and there were foxy ladies everywhere. Look, we got to take a break. I'm going to try to get to as many of these texts as possible. Again, we're talking about joints that you used to frequent that unfortunately are no longer a thing here in town. I mean, my God, the laughs that we had. We've been talking about your favorite roadhouse, club, bar, your favorite joint that you used to pop in and out of all the damn time, but unfortunately no longer exists. Your favorite joint here in town, or maybe a little ways out of town even, that unfortunately is no longer a thing. Hell, I can't believe we've had this conversation for so long without me mentioning Pav's in Andover.
Shoot, yeah.
Every Thursday night for 15 years.
You lived there.
I did, and I went there with my free time. I got to know the owner, and I got to know all the bartenders, and we just had a friggin' riot up there. My God, did we have a blast at Pav's. That went away a number of years ago. Thank you all for your text messages. It was an overwhelming response. We always appreciate you contributing the way that you do. Here are back to Pav's in Andover. You know, there was the one night where the Wu-Tang Clan was supposed to show up.
Oh, I remember. That was a controversy.
Jesus, I almost got my ass kicked because the Wu-Tang Clan never showed. Here are some of the other entries from our listening audience. Gabby's and Psycho Susie's.
Oh, Psycho Susie's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
know
a
that
big deal.
Wasn't around anymore.
My old man texted me one, and I'm curious on what he did at this place. The Boom Company in Stillwater.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Anybody ever go there? Yeah, he hung out in Stillwater quite a bit. Those were in his wild days.
And, of course, perfect timing, my computer just died.
Oh, no. Did it really?
It was running low on battery. You know, we've been improvising. This morning, and I wasn't able to plug my computer in. It just died, so I'll have to go off memory. Folks mentioned Norma Jeans.
Mill City Nights.
Folks mentioned the Pain Reliever. What a great name for a bar.
Oh, was that on Payne P-A-Y-N-E?
Payne Avenue, yep. That was a hot, hard rock bar when I was growing up, when I'd listen to the radio as a kid, when Hurricane Alice and Slave Raider and Impaler and bands like that, when they were playing gigs when I was a kid, they all played at the Pain Reliever. I was trying to come up with a teen night type of a club that, had a one night a week. They had a teen night. A teen night that I went to when I was a 10th grader. I thought maybe it was in Blaine. I knew it was a far drive from my neighborhood, the West Metro, which is the best metro. I thought maybe it was that Stargate joint, but that was in St. Paul. I got the answer from one of our listeners. When I was a 10th grader, we loaded up into a car and we all went to After the Gold Rush in Cottage Grove to try to meet girls our age from different towns. It wasn't Stargate. It was After the Gold Rush. Does that sound familiar at all?
Yeah, I've heard
to
of that
you,
one.
Josh?
I haven't been to a lot of these.
Jukebox Saturday night. Downtown Minneapolis was mentioned. That was the first place, other than being up north, that was the first bar in town that served me an underage beer, was Jukebox Saturday night. And it was just such an unbelievable feeling. Did you end up, other than being in the middle of nowhere, because in my opinion that doesn't count. When we were 10th graders, we could get a beer up by International Falls and whatnot because they didn't care. So I don't think going way out of town counts. Ashley, did you have that underage beer here in town?
No, I mean the only one I can think of.
And if it's an existing place, don't say it out loud. But
no, everyone knew that Psycho Susie's was where you went for that.
Okay,
that might have something to do with the fact that they don't exist anymore.
I've only drank underage one time, 10 days before my 21st birthday, and this was when a buddy's friend, his dad flew us to Hawaii. His parents were divorced, and after high school, he moved with his dad. His dad owned a travel agency. I spent $250 for a month that I got to stay there. So it was the first time. I was very nervous, and some undercover cops came up to our table, and I thought, figures. First time drinking, I'm going to get a minor or something like that. But luckily, they focused on my friend whose birthday. He was turning 21 at midnight.
Undercover Hawaiian police.
Hawaiian cops,
yes.
Yeah. It was like Hawaii 5-0.
And they busted your pal?
They tried to, right? They thought, because he looked so young. And so they just asked for his ID, and it turns out he'd been 21 for about 20 minutes at that point. And then they left the rest of us alone, thank God.
True story about this first underage beer I ever had in a real bar. And that was Jukebox Saturday night. Odd, but true. When we were 19 or 20, one of my best friends, his girlfriend at the time, was a KQ babe.
Boy, I don't even know if they have those back when we started? The KQ babes?
Is that like ex-girls?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Like an ex-girl.
I remember people talking about it.
I think the KQ babes were a thing of the past by the time we started here, but I can't remember. So we went to the Steve Miller concert, which was awful, of course. It was absolutely terrible. And my buddy's girlfriend, who was a KQ babe, same vibe as the ex-girls. They dressed all sexy and went to promotions. This gal says, hey, we're having an after party at Jukebox Saturday night. We can get you in, despite the fact that none of us had an ID that said we were 21. And it was true. They let us all in without carding us because we were with the KQ crowd or the KQ babes and their promotion staff. And we got our first underage beers. Fast forward, 3 years later, and I'm working in the damn building. So, sorry again that I was all set to read all of these joints. Everyone's been texted in their favorite bar that no longer is a thing, and we were having so much fun. My computer took a massive dump, no battery. Ashley, before we go, what do you think of these half-hour work days?
Could you get used to this?
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Actually, there's traffic at this time, so that really sucked.
Was that weird driving in with traffic?
I hated it
Looking
so much.
Looking for your chapstick, feeling kind of car sick.
I don't know how people do that every day. Like, I'm sorry, I just wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up because, we weren't sure we were even going to do this morning. Normally, I leave the house, before 4 to come here. Today, seeing how we were kind of ass backwards and didn't know if we were going to go through with it, I didn't leave my hometown until about 4:35 or 4:40. And it's amazing the amount of traffic, the amount of people that are early risers. The difference in traffic between when I normally come in around 4 and 4:30 is friggin' notable.
I've noticed before, it seems like even if I'm running 5 minutes late, there's a difference.
Yep.
When you come in, there's nobody on
Yeah.
the road. Every 5 minutes, it seems traffic does pick up.
There's a lot of friggin' early risers, and thank God for them because they're part of our listening
and
audience.
sisterhood, yeah.
So we hope to see Dana tomorrow. We hope we can be back to normal. But hey, Josh,
what?
Your first time on the soundboard, your first time running the computer. By damn, you did a wonderful job.
Well, I appreciate. Sorry, that's vomit coming up.
Are you ready to puke? The nerves
Yeah.
are finally getting to you.
I appreciate people being so kind.
They didn't
as we
say-
said, we've never used this studio, never used this equipment. So
Yeah, if you want to be mean to Josh, let's do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the day.
Tomorrow's the day. We'll be back tomorrow at 5:40. Thanks, everyone.
Half-assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled to Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.